Let's do what we do best. Podcast. My name is Matty. This is No Nerds Were Harmed, a podcast about movies, comics, games, and all things nerdy. I'm here with my co-host Tyler.
What's up?
We are also here with our producer Sam.
Hello.
Tyler, let everybody know what we're doing for them today.
We are FANcast Friday, Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Ruh-roh.
Yes. This is exciting. We're going to have nerd news for you guys just like always. We're going to be talking a little bit about Scooby-Doo, the shows, the games, the movies, just a tiny bit. And then we're going to get into our fan cast. We're going to have our read, play, watch, and let you guys know what's going on in the next episode. That being said, we're going to hit up our nerd news. First piece I have is the deaths that just happened recently. Both of these people that I have on my list have huge resumes, known for a lot of things, but mostly known for one very important thing. One of them is Robbie Coltrane, who is known for one of Sam's favorite franchises, the Harry Potter franchise.
Rubius.
Nuns on the Run.
Nuns on the
You ever see that movie?
No.
He's in that movie. He's a bank robber. They almost get caught, so they pretend to be nuns to...
Okay.
Like, until the heat wears off. It's hilarious, dude.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay, I was gonna say,
it's
it
like
sounds like-
it's like a British comedy, like a Monty Python type
Okay.
movie.
Nice.
Hilarious. Cannot recommend it enough. And
See, I
he's in that
remember
movie.
seeing him in From Hell with Johnny Depp, and I was like, oh shit, that's the Hagrid guy.
Him and the dude from the bad guy from Casper.
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy and Robbie Coltrane are like the bank robbers that just like start acting like nuns to until the heat wears off. It's hilarious.
Nice.
Okay. Interesting. But yeah, Robbie Coltrane passed away, and he'll be forever missed.
For being Rubius Hagrid.
Being Rubius Hagrid, and he was such a cool character. The other death that happened was Angela Lansbury, and she is mostly known for playing Mrs. Potts in the animation of Beauty and the Beast, which was very sad. I remember a couple years ago when they were doing the anniversary, she did a live performance of Beauty and the Beast, and it's with Alan Menken, and it just sounded like
No time has passed at
no,
all.
like there was nothing.
Yeah.
She did it fucking perfect, and it was amazing. And I can't recall anything else she's been in personally, but Mrs. Potts was one of those.
Or doorknobs and...
Oh yeah, broomsticks or
Knobs.
something.
Yes. That one.
Bad knobs.
Another Disney one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drumsticks.
I remember that.
But yeah, she was iconic character, Mrs. Potts, and sad to see them go.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I saw this on Twitter, and I've looked into it, and it's on IMDb. It has a release date. There's no trailer yet, though. The Mean One. It's a Grinch horror movie.
Oh yeah, I think I remember seeing
December 15th, 2022. There's
All
like an
right.
image that was released of it. But if you look up trailers, it's all fan film, so it could just be a hard, like, damn, it's all fake. But I don't know. I saw it, and I bought it, and the whole IMDb, there's a director, there's a full cast and everything. It's definitely like a Winnie the Pooh type.
I was just
horror
going to
movie.
say, I'm
Yeah.
like, first Winnie the Pooh,
Blood and
now
Honey,
the Grinch.
yeah.
Correct, so that's why I brought it up,
Yeah.
because we brought up Winnie the Pooh. So I just saw this, and I was like, oh, this is
They're
perfect.
going after
It's
all our childhood.
everything's going to turn in. It's just how all of us are going to deal with trauma, is taking our childhood, like,
Yeah.
positive stories and turning them into horror movies. So I don't know.
Man, I do remember seeing
I'm going
that.
to keep my eye out for sure.
Right? Next, it's
'Cause
going to be like
the makeup-
Pikachu's Revenge.
The makeup for it actually looked like the Jim Carrey Grinch too. Like
That's
it
what I'm
was, it was
saying.
very similar.
Like,
I was
yeah.
like, what the hell? Like you're definitely
But again, you can't
Interesting.
find much about it right now if you look really hard, if you like start looking into it.
Yeah.
But again, it's a full-blown IMDb page. It has a release date.
December 15th.
Interesting.
Wow,
Yeah, so
this year.
I
So,
mean,
I'll say that's soon.
we'll
That's
we
not
see.
gotta
even-
be seeing shit.
We
soon.
should be seeing a
less than
trailer
2
or
months.
something soon. So
Yeah.
Exciting. With this episode being about Scooby-Doo, I was not aware that the month of October is considered Scoobtober. I've just learned this, and how they were going about this is that they, being Cartoon Network and HBO Max, they just kind of go overboard with Scooby-Doo. Like they,
well, yeah, that's like their one really successful property that they always can hit on and lean on.
yeah. So I mean, they take
They're always going to push that.
with HBO taking away, or HBO Max taking away certain things off of the streaming service, they've added a ton of Scooby-Doo recently. One of them being, like I had posted about Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby-Doo, which is one of those team ups that you're like, oh man,
yeah.
like what a great thing. That's such a, that makes sense. But they've also just put a ton of shows out, a bunch of movies onto the platform, as well as clothing items.
Anything. Give us your money.
Give me.
In case people didn't know, it's
Give me your money.
Scoobtober.
It has finally happened. The return of Tom DeLonge.
Yeah.
Blink-182 is back together.
Finally.
This has been a long time coming. I
think
like
so.
I feel like a lot of people have been anticipating this.
Definitely. Once aliens were proved real and the government
His
acknowledged
job was
it,
done.
everyone was like, holy shit, Tom wasn't crazy. He's actually right. And then he's like credited as like the dude who like has the footage that got released that everyone saw. And it's like, holy shit, he actually
He did it.
what he said he was going to do. He's not a psycho.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And then I think, once, Travis had the plane accident and then, Mark got cancer.
Yeah.
They're all getting old, and I think things are probably getting in perspective of them, and they were probably like, hey, we have to.
Yeah.
And
we had a good thing going. Let's keep that
again,
going.
like, I tried to get tickets, and tickets were super expensive.
They're-
And it was extremely hard to even get the expensive tickets. So the amount of money these dudes are going to make for getting, like, a true reunion tour back together.
Ridiculous.
Favorite band of all time, so
It's
I'm
sad
happy.
it's sad in a way because I know that they posted these tickets and Sam was very excited. I'm excited as well,
Yeah, I wanted to
but
go.
I had already seen Blink with Tom and I've already seen Blink with Matt.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Me
you know
too.
what? I was like, I'm cool. I'm cool
No
with not
way.
seeing him this
I
time.
wanna see 'em.
Me too.
Especially when they had the
Tyler and I
lineup
will sell our souls.
Yeah.
when they had
Really.
when they had the lineup of the bands too that you were gonna have to watch before you see them for that price. I was like, nah, I'm not into that. I'm not into any of the bands. If they would have done something cool, which I threw out yesterday when I was talking to Sam, I said, if they would have done a fucking tour where you got Plus 44 opening up with Angels and Airwaves, and then bam, Blink-182, fucking sell my
Might as
soul.
well
Take it.
Dude,
pre-opener boxcar race.
Yes.
dude.
absolutely, dude. Bring me Aquabats, transplants. Holy shit, that would be an amazing tour, and I'd gladly pay. Fuck, for both me and Sam, I'd pay $1,000 to see that fucking
That's
show.
crazy.
I would love to see that show. But yeah, with these artists they have coming, I was like, nah, I'm not into that. Sam can go, she can pay front row if she wants, but I'm not going. I don't want to.
Rise
I can kill
Against
it.
is good.
I'm
Rise
not
Against
counting
is
it
good
out
live.
yet. I'm gonna be looking until the day that concert comes. But I heard that added a second day to Chicago. So
Oh, okay.
excited
I mean,
for
There's
feel
no
like
way they can't do 2 nights. Like they could sell
They
out both
typically
nights
don't.
easy though.
they typically don't
Around
do.
here, around these parts.
The problem is that they're not coming to
United
where.
Center.
Yeah, they're not coming where they usually do. They usually go to the amphitheater,
Amphitheater, yeah. They're
but
going
now
to
they're
the
going
United
to a
Center.
smaller
They're-
venue, so they probably have to add to another show.
You can't shove everybody onto the lawn.
Amphitheater fits 30,000 people. I'm not sure what
I
United
think
Center.
The United Center fits more than that.
then the amphitheater.
It's a sports arena. The Blackhawks and the Bulls play there. Look that up.
Let's see.
What is
how many
that?
people?
UC. What's the UC fit?
I'm excited. I'm iffy on the new single they just put out, Edging. I watched the video for it. Didn't really care for the video.
Yeah.
It was funny, but
United Center capacity is 23,500. Hold on.
23,000.
And then I've got what is it called now? First what is it still First Midwest?
Bank
Okay.
Amphitheater.
Something like that.
But no, I didn't care too much for the single they put out. I have listened to it 5 times, 6 times. Like I was that guy that I want to hear it over and over.
28,000. It's now the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater.
So
I
it's
knew
a
they
little
changed it
bigger.
again.
It's
Yeah.
a
A
little,
little
bigger.
bit. You can fit about 5,000 more.
Yeah.
500.
No, 23,500 to 28,000. You
Oh,
can
okay.
fit 5,000
This
people
episode
more.
of
Yeah.
No Nerds Were Harmed
Is brought to you by
brought
the-
to you by
Hollywood Casino Amphitheater.
Matty learning how to do math.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at it.
It's not a
Awful
strong
at math.
suit.
Awful at math.
Regardless of if I get to go or not, I'm happy the OG boys are back together.
It's
Hell
exciting.
yeah.
I like that Tom also put out something that he posted on his Twitter that where he was thanking Matt Skiba for
yeah.
stepping in, and it was very
Who
heartfelt.
he's from Alkaline Trio, for everyone
Yeah.
that doesn't know.
And it was very nice for him
Another
to do
great band.
because I think that was a lot of things. That was a thought on a lot of people's minds. Was that, man, what's going to happen with Matt? Is Matt going to stay in? Are they kicking him out? Like, what's happening? And they're kicking him out, but
Yeah, I
He
think
was
that's
very-
kind of ran its course too, though. Like, cause like it was still Blink, but it wasn't Blink.
You could hear Alkaline in their songs.
You could hear that,
I was cool
and
with that.
it's just the vibe wasn't again, and that's fine
Yeah.
because it was still 2 members, but it's not Blink 182.
It
No, it's
wasn't.
not.
It wasn't.
And if
as
they're gonna
upbeat,
really
punky.
like bring the fucking band back together,
yeah, they have to bring it back.
and
the way it
again,
was.
like think of like the punk rock scene from when we were young typically doesn't go on to when they're in their 50s and all that. Those guys are producing now.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, they're not really doing hardcore shows like these guys are. So I'm sure Matt is very fine with, like, hey, my career took a crazy turn. It was a fun journey. Now I'm going to take all these connections and run a different way. Like, I'm sure it's not a big... If this happened in the height of their careers when they were in their 20s, it'd be a huge blow up and all this shit. But, dude, these guys are fucking, like, pushing
I was going to say, they're still doing
40,
Alkaline
50,
shows
you
and
know?
stuff.
Yeah,
So
Alkaline's
it's
not
like,
done.
yeah.
Alkaline's got a new album coming
He's
out, I believe.
fine.
Yeah.
He's fine.
It'll be all good. We're all getting on the nostalgia train.
Yeah. We're all happy to have Blink back. So there's a new movie out right now. Came out October 4th on HBO Max, and it's called Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. In a clip that a lot of people are going crazy about is that Velma turns out to be gay, and a lot of people are saying I saw it coming, and a lot of people are saying that came out of nowhere. I'm the person who's saying I had no idea, and a lot of people are upset about it.
It's one of those things. I'm not that involved in Scooby-Doo where I don't know. At the same time, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't.
In the,
I'm on the
in the
I don't
sense
care
of like,
train.
like if she's gay, cool.
Yeah.
If she's straight, cool. Like
Yeah,
either way,
that's how I'm sitting as well.
I'm fine with it. It's whatever to me. Like
Why are you upset about a cartoon character?
yeah, like that's I think it's really weird when it gets to that, especially like when it's like a group setting and all that. Like there's obviously different people being represented in all kind of fashions.
Yeah.
If you want to make one of the characters gay or whatever, go ahead. And specifically like for Scooby-Doo, like these guys don't have crazy backstories of origins of this and that where you're gonna like.
It's not like they even have like romances and
correct, because they're usually teenagers. So if you're
they're
aging them up
crime,
anyways,
man.
it's like to me like okay, in this day of age and everything, like of course, like I have a lot of gay friends. It's like that's very normal. So I think it's weird when you get upset about all that. But again, to me, like it's if she's straight, cool. If she's gay, cool. It's not like I was like, I fucking Velma. I knew it.
I saw it. Yeah, like why did they?
It's to me, it's okay. Whatever.
She's still Velma.
Apparently, James Gunn, when because he's one of the writers that was on.
Well, he did the
Scooby-Doo live action, the 2001 one, I believe. He wrote it, and he was pushing for her to be gay, and I'm like, okay, but they kept washing it out, and then eventually became nothing. So he's excited about.
But again,
this,
like good for them if they want a gay character. Like good for them.
They made it happen.
Yeah.
If anyone's interested in having their own opinion or watching it, it's like I said, it's called Trick or Treat
like
Scooby-Doo. It's on HBO Max. I think we're gonna watch that for one of our movie nights with the girls coming up.
Nice,
because it is. I think it's an hour and 10 minutes long, so it's not super long, but
it'll be a fun one.
It's an updated Scooby-Doo movie, so I'm stoked to see it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Miles Morales. So it's like the Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
It's like glorified downloadable content, but it came out as like kind of like a second game. It's finally coming to PC November 18th. And I haven't played this because it was only for PlayStation 5, I think, or whatever. And I didn't have that PlayStation, so I have not played this yet. I love the Spider-Man game. Haven't played Miles Morales, so I'm very, very excited that it's coming out for PC.
It had a trailer or something, didn't it? Or was it just gameplay or video?
Yeah, it's like
it was something of some sort
like but it's just to let everyone know it's coming to the PC.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a game that's been out on PlayStation for a little bit, but it's like the Batman game, the Arkham games, but Spider-Man.
Okay.
It's
okay, cool.
awesome. It's the story, the Spider-Man game itself story is amazing, and they kind of tease and set up Miles through that, and then the second game was kind of just you being Miles, which I haven't played yet, but
cool.
Very excited because I've been waiting and hoping that it's coming to PC because it was kind of like, will it come, will it not come? We don't know.
Very nice. I look forward to watching you play that.
Yeah, I'll be picking that up for sure. Guilty.
Yeah.
Glass Onion. Did you see they're supposedly having like a limited run in theaters? It's like a week or two run around Thanksgiving. Yeah, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Okay.
It's kind of like got a week or two to see it. Here you go. I don't know the exact dates or if they've confirmed the exact dates. Kind of a cool play. Because I don't know. It kind of puts urgency on you of like, you want to see this in theaters? Go see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially if it's
Showtime's
gonna be a
near
limited
New
run.
Lenox says November 23rd, and it runs for at least a week.
I
Interesting.
saw that it was going to have like a week run to 2 week run. Like it was a very limited run.
I'd be interested to see that in theaters.
That's kind of interesting. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea and all
No.
that. But again, it's like one of those things. Like if you want to get to the movie and see it,
I mean, he made it.
see what you can make.
with Knives Out 1 or whatever
November
you want to call it.
23rd through the 29th.
Yeah, see,
That's
so
it,
a
yeah.
week.
Yeah, I mean, if he made a big enough fan base with the first movie, and people want to say, hey,
It will also
let's go see the second one.
Just a fun fact: Glass Onion will be the first ever Netflix film to debut across all 3 major U.S. theatrical chains: AMC, Regal, and Cinemark.
So Netflix is invading the theaters, which is actually the best thing that can happen to theaters.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
So
Getting
I
that
hope it
content
doesn't
there.
come out on Netflix on the 27th.
No, it says the film will debut globally on Netflix 1 month later, December 23rd.
Hell yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So you get a week to see it, and then you
Early.
have to wait 3 weeks where you can't see it in theaters, and you can't.
I wonder if that's
see
going
it
to
on
hurt
Netflix.
spoiler-wise, though. People are going to spoil the shit out of it. I mean, I'm not going to be the person who
maybe.
spoils it, but that would suck.
Yo,
a
you
whole
will be.
month?
It's like, hold on.
Not if I don't see it, but I guarantee I look up what the
I
spoiler
was
is
going to
before
say,
I
even
see it
if
in
you don't
December.
see it, you'll go.
Yeah, I'm going to look up what the spoiler is.
Yeah, maybe this isn't the best movie. We'll see. I'm not going to discredit it, but like I think this is a viable marketing strategy.
If they released it, if they released
kinda
it,
cool.
if they released it the
numbers
day
have that
after,
little break,
yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's kind of.
Fun fact about it: that's also Angela Lansbury's last film that she's acting in.
Oh, nice.
She plays Angela Lansbury, so I have no idea what's going on with that. But she plays herself
She's got a
in
cameo.
Glass Onion. Yeah.
Interesting.
Trailers. I have Violent Night,
Yes.
this new David Harbour playing Santa Claus movie.
Fucking love it.
It looks fun. I mean,
Ridiculous. Love it.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like it's a movie.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's
absolutely.
it's a movie, and it's one of those I'm not gonna hate on it and count it out yet because not many Christmas movies. Everyone loves Christmas themed movies.
Yeah.
Like people love Christmas horror movies.
Yeah.
They all kind of suck, but people love them anyways.
Mm-hmm.
David Harbour wants to be fucking Santa Claus and
Beat the shit out of some people.
shoot some people and kill
Yeah.
some people, be the Punisher essentially. All right, I guess we'll see. Like,
Let's roll with it.
I mean,
I'm not expecting anything out of this movie, but like, who knows?
except
It
for
could-
fun time.
I'll say
Yeah.
I'm expecting some laughs.
I
That's
mean,
for sure.
you're sitting down to watch this movie. You know exactly what you're getting.
Some people are
'Cause the
very
trailer-
excited for this.
I can't say I'm very excited. I don't know why I keep seeing the trailer show up on Twitter constantly.
They're just pumping money into
They're
it.
just
Marketing,
promoting the
baby.
shit out of it just from the trailer, nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is, but
Why not?
But I see it all the time, and I've watched the trailer a couple times, and it looks like fun. And I even
It's
asked,
going to be a fun movie for sure.
that comes out December 2nd. It's a theaters only release. Sam and I briefly discussed maybe bringing the girls to see
I
it,
said absolutely not.
but I was like, "Fuck,
Just
let's do
throw
it!"
them in
Come
the
on.
deep end.
What's great about this movie is that there is
Look at
no
Santa will save you.
exactly. Well, there's also
That's
no
so fucked
talk in
up.
this movie of Santa being fake. So there's no way that people can. There's no way that people are gonna watch this and say, you know what?
I don't think that's a call you can remotely even have before you see this movie yourself.
If I look
I
up the
didn't
ratings
even
and there's
think
no,
about
there's
the girls like
No.
believing in Santa. I didn't even think about the girls believing in Santa, let alone like him blowing off some dude's head with a shotgun.
Yeah.
So,
as long as there's no sex, I can care less.
oh
No.
my god, dude, you're a weirdo.
I said no, absolutely not.
I'm cool with it.
No.
Oh my god.
So maybe for Christmas 2023,
This is why
when
Daddy
when we
or
own this
Matty
movie,
is not a single dad. Thank God.
when we own this movie, we could watch this. Another trailer, just to knock it out of the way. I have Super Mario.
Yeah, Mario, dude.
I
Dope.
say Mario. That's the asshole in me.
Weirdo.
What is it? The Super Mario Brothers movie or something? What? I can't remember what the full title is of this movie.
Yeah, I think it's the Super Mario
Please hold.
Brothers
Okay.
Bros movie.
How'd you feel about this trailer? You're the gamer, so
I think it looked great,
Mm-hmm.
like animation and shit.
the Super Mario Bros. movie.
Yeah.
okay.
I think it looked animation wise awesome. This is the thing.
It's a teaser, so you're not getting much of it.
Correct. You're not getting much of it, and I think they fucked Chris Pratt on giving him like one line in the trailer because everyone has been talking since the day he was announced he was cast. Everyone's like, "What's his Mario voice? What's his Mario voice?
Yeah.
What's his Mario voice?" Now, I'm not in the camp that he needs to be a voice actor that sounds exactly like Mario. He can give me his own, like he was awesome in the Lego movie. Like
Yeah.
awesome as Emmett, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want just Chris Pratt in Mario. I want him to give me Mario. But again, they gave him like one line in the trailer. And it's like everyone is just dissecting that line to pieces of like, he doesn't sound anything like him, or it's like, oh, he sounds kind of Italian, or it's just Chris Pratt. And it's like, of course, they're taking 2 seconds of dialogue and throwing it like the trailer's the one that's causing this problem.
Yeah.
Like, they fucked him. You know what I mean?
There's not enough of him talking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't just take that. You have to get the vibe of his character, because he could sell you on it within 5 minutes.
Which is crazy,
I mean?
considering, I mean, what, Charlie Day's playing Luigi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he sounds just like Charlie Day, but no one's like, that doesn't sound
Correct,
like fucking
because
Luigi.
everyone cares about
Mario,
and Jack Black as Bowser is
Yeah.
just like, well, no shit, that's gonna be awesome. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, now I will say, I do understand, like, for voice actors in that community, like, why they're all fucking pissed off, because they're just like, this is why you get fucking voice actors, because we can give you these fucking characters.
That's their
this
thing.
is what
That's
I go
their
to
talent,
school for.
yeah.
This is what I trained
I'm
for.
sure there's a guy who's been playing Mario in the games and in the shows
he
for
didn't-
fucking years.
And I know he didn't get the call, and I think he's still very well alive and still recording Mario stuff. So I think there's some issues with that kind of shit. But
because they're using
it's
the
Hollywood
name.
and it's movies, man.
They're
This
using
is
the
what's
name
gonna
to sell
happen.
tickets, man.
They got enough
So-
big names on this movie that they didn't need to do that. They
Correct.
could have been, maybe this will pull a Sonic and they'll fucking take him out of there and they'll fucking cast.
Way. Not this one.
No,
But I do
they
think-
won't, but it'd be
I do
interesting.
think this will open the eyes to them going to more voice actors, because voice actors, like, if you go to Comic-Cons and shit like that, voice actors are huge.
Oh, yeah,
like
absolutely.
Like, people know who these people are from cartoons and all that, and they
Mm-hmm.
should, because these people are fucking voice actors are a different breed
They are.
of actor, dude. They can do 40 voices usually, and it's like, what is going on?
It's impressive.
Those people deserve a shine, you know? But again, at the same time, when you have Chris Pratt, who's in every successful fucking Marvel franchise, Jurassic Park, all this shit, and he wants to do Mario, like, of course they're going to give it to that guy. He's going to put all the asses in the seats because they know who that dude is.
Side plug, there's a really good podcast called I Hear Voices, and it is hosted by Will Freddy, who is from Boy Meets World, as well as Chrissy Carlson Romano. And they were both.
I've seen that.
They were
I've
both
seen clips
Kim,
from that and
Kim
shit.
Possible and Ron Possible, and they all they do is interview people who have done voices for characters.
Yeah,
so
I've seen
I
that.
listened to the Kevin Conroy episode, and he just talked about Batman and where he started and shit like that. Very good episode. I loved it. And they've also had like people from the Avatar Korra or whatever the hell that show's called and shit like that.
Avatar.
And
You've
they
never
have.
seen Avatar?
No, I've never seen Avatar.
Oh, you love Avatar.
I don't watch shows, man.
Yeah, but that's something you could watch with your kids.
It is.
I
It's a
don't-
Nickelodeon show. Yeah.
It is. It is the show I recommend most of parents to just watch with your kids, because you both will sit there and enjoy it the exact same amount.
Here's the thing,
That's
though.
what's
I
nuts
want
about
to
that
watch
show.
Rebels and Clone Wars, and I will never watch it.
Well, that's like 100 fucking episodes. That shit's crazy long.
It's just, I don't know.
I was going to say
I think-
Avatar and Legends of Korra is not
Avatar's
that
so
long.
good, man.
Yeah.
I
It's
would
not
need.
a-
I would
Legend of Korra
need.
is good
I
too,
would
but
need
It's
my
not a
girls.
crazy long
Shit.
show.
I would
Your
need my
girls-
girls to watch it and then say, "Hey, watch this with me,"
So
in
that's
order
what
for me
you
to
do.
watch it.
So that's what you
That's
do.
not what I'm. That's not me though. I'm not going to push it on them. I'm going to push Violent Night on them. Is what I'm going to push.
Jesus
Not
Christ.
Legends of
I'll,
Korra.
Same.
I'll have them watch
Yep.
Avatar. It's fine. I'll
Drop
say, I
the
got
seat. All you
this.
gotta do is drop a couple.
We're gonna watch. Look at Appa. He's cute.
I was gonna say all they need to do is see Appa, and,
And
these
that's
girls
it.
are gonna be running around the house going yip yip Appa
Yep.
all day long, dude.
Yep. He's so
Guaranteed.
cute.
No, the voice actors are a thing, but as well as with this trailer, yeah, it did look beautiful.
But
like you
but
said.
it looks amazing. I'm not ready to count it out. Like,
No,
and I'm
absolutely
not a
not.
big
It's a
Mario
teaser.
guy
It's only a
anyways,
teaser.
so it doesn't matter. I posted this thing on Twitter of them interviewing the guy that played the original Super Mario,
Okay.
the dude that played like
Oh,
Shmi
yeah, yeah.
and shit, and Hook.
Yeah.
Bob Hoskins. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I didn't know what Mario was. I signed on for the project and was telling my kids, and they're like, oh yeah, you're playing this. And he goes, and I'm seeing this guy jumping on the screen, joop joop. And he goes, and I think to myself, I used to play King Lear. I was like, dude, this is such an actor moment of
Yeah,
just like,
that was a good post. I watched
what
that video.
the fuck am I doing playing this little Mario jumping pixelated man? I
Yeah.
used to be Shakespeare, dude.
Yep.
Hilarious.
He
So
was, yeah.
again, I don't know what to expect out of a Mario movie. So like if as long as you're playing the hits, I guess, like
As long as there aren't big kids movies that come out like a week before or the week after, I've already shown this trailer to Zosha, and she was like, "Yeah, let's go see it." And I was like, "Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna
I
go
think
see it."
it's going to be
It'll
be fun.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even play Mario, but she knows, she's seen it enough on like kids'
everyone
t-shirts at
knows
school.
who the fuck Mario is.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
because our kids aren't gamers. They don't play any games at all.
Yeah.
Really. They play like,
it doesn't matter.
puzzle games and
Everyone
shit.
knows who Mario is.
yeah, so.
As long as
It's
I
just a
hear
all it says-
I'll be like, all right, cool.
It just
Good
says
one.
2023. It's all it says. It doesn't have a month or anything like that, but it says 2023. So I'm sure we'll be seeing more about that, and we'll keep everyone updated.
Yeah.
VHS. Have you ever seen those movies?
I've seen the first one.
VHS 83 is coming out in 2023. So it's a new VHS series.
It's a wonderful concept.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. They have like 5 or 6 separate directors.
Yeah.
And it's just slated to be like a Shudder thing that's coming out.
Yeah, they
in
do
2023. So I just know there's some people that like really fuck with
Yeah.
VHS. So
They
I
do.
thought that was
So
pretty big
for
news.
people who don't know, the VHS franchise, I guess, it, like Tyler had said, there's 4 or 5, sometimes 6 different directors who direct a short film, and it's like these people break into a house or something, and they find
they're
these
all
VHS
just different,
tapes.
like
They stick them into a VHS player, and they watch these tapes
that are
and-
short films that have nothing to kind of do
yeah,
with each other, but then in a weird way
they kind of tie in
kinda
a way.
Yeah, it's a
But they,
really great concept. It's creepy. It's got like sinister vibes in a way.
Yeah,
It's like snuff filmy
It's
kind of shit.
super creepy and uneasy at times for
Yeah.
sure. But
It's cool.
Okay, 84, sweet. I think that's like a 3rd or 4th film that they've done too.
Yeah. VHS 85. So I guess it's going to be all 1985 theme. I would
Okay.
Sweet.
imagine. So,
So,
yeah,
if maybe,
2023.
maybe it's a prequel to some shit. Maybe it'll
Something.
tie
Yeah,
in.
who knows?
I don't know. I look forward to it. One of the last trailers I have to talk about is the new trailer that came out for Megan.
Yeah.
This is being produced by James Wan. I thought it was a James Wan film, but it's only being produced by him.
Okay.
And it is like the 2023 version of Chucky
Yeah.
with a girl.
Yeah.
And it looks creepy. It looks like it could be interesting. I'm excited for I can't remember the name of the girl, but the cast, the lady who makes the doll.
Yeah, the
is
like
from,
lead.
yeah, she's from Get Out. And
Yes.
I'm excited to see her performance. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a great movie, but it doesn't look like it's going to be an absolute stinker.
Yeah, it's the thing with like AI movies are really cool, but the problem with AI movies is you got to do something kind of really unique to be like a new concept of an AI movie. Like, you know, and then once you have that concept done, it kind of fucks the rest of the genre because it's like, oh damn, we can't do that now. That was such a good idea. Now it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like iRobot took a lot of ideas away, you
Yeah,
know?
I
And
love
then
that movie,
Ex
yeah.
Machina took a lot more ideas away because there's a lot of like, yeah, we had a lot of stories, but then at the end of the day, when you watch a lot of AI movies, it's like, well, it's kind of like Ex Machina. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's the problem. So I will say Megan is a super clever title because it's like the short name of like the android
Yeah, I can't
or
remember
whatever.
what the name was.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the M3.
Pretty cool.
Whatever, but yeah.
But
Megan.
I mean, again, but it's James Wan, so it could actually be kind of scary and creepy. More likely not, but I hope it's just enjoyable.
I think it's
horror
going to give
movie.
all creepy vibes for sure.
Yeah.
But that is scheduled for January 13th, 2023. So within the next few
Yeah,
months,
so
we'll
pretty
be
close actually.
we'll be seeing some more about that.
WB Television is
Yeah.
laying off 26% of its workforce
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
in the scripted TV departments, unscripted TV departments, and animation. So like pretty much everybody's getting looked at, and there's supposed to be rumors of more following.
Wow.
So you look at why HBO's like, oh, we're cutting this movie, we're cutting all these things and all that, and why did Batgirl and all that shit get canceled? Like, this is what's happening. Like, crazy. Again, it's just like,
Yeah. So this wasn't on the list of something to talk about, but with all the rumbling of everything that Dwayne Johnson's doing with Black Adam and the talks of what he's doing for the DC universe, do you think that you might end up seeing Black Adam in theaters?
no. Okay, people are going to forget real fucking quick, and I'm going to remind you right here, right now.
Uh-huh.
This man made his career and living getting on the hot mic every single week and earning his fucking living. You don't think this guy doesn't know how to sell a movie? You know what I mean? So him every day, it's like, oh, he said this about Henry Cavill. He said this about Superman. He said this about Shazam. Like, no fucking shit, because he's seeing what's happening around him and he's going, well, I'm going to make my fucking money back. And so I think he's just getting on the fucking mic and doing what The Rock does best, the people's champion, getting you to believe
Your candy ass is gonna go watch
you're
this
gonna go
movie.
watch that fucking movie because The Rock told you to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, I love what he does. He's a master at his craft, but I see through all of WB's bullshit. There's no way. Like, I'm not seeing this in theaters. Dude. I just can't.
No, I won't see it in theaters either. I do like. He always seems like he's at least a genuine person all the time.
No, and I agree, too.
And I think that there's something about him talking about the old management that they had at WB is gone, and he's trying to which is why you just said, a lot of people are getting laid off or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe some of that management's gone now, and maybe he's not stepping up to the plate to be the fucking top dog there, but at least he's trying to push things in the right direction and listen, because he keeps saying he's listening to the fans. I want to serve the fans and give them what they want. You guys are what's keeping this business going, so why not cater to you? Let's bring you Henry Cavill.
But my thing is like, I'm at the point too now where it's like it's just too fucking late, man. We're 15 years into this in a sense. Like,
we've said it before. Let's scrap it and start over.
It's just like,
yeah.
What like Marvel's wrapping up shit. Like, look at what happened in Endgame and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, things are getting ends to their stories. Now we're going to get wrapped into this bullshit of, like, restarting this thing with the same people and all that. Like, I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I really do. He was the first guy to get me to, like, buy into Superman, honestly, Man of Steel. But other than that,
great movie.
This shit has fucking sucked, man. I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm sorry whoever I make upset about this. Like, it's just not good. Yeah. So, like,
it's not
why are we trying to keep doing this? Why are we trying to keep fixing this? Why, dude? And so, let The Rock make his money. Let Black Adam make all this money. Let people get excited that Superman's going to show up, or that we're going to get a Superman versus Black Adam or Superman versus Shazam. But at the end of the day, like, I swear to God, I hope these do not get greenlit. Like, it's just like, I'm done, man. Like, I need this to just stop and for them to just think about what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Because it's just still chaos, dude. It's just utter chaos.
Hire everyone from the animation department to write for the live action department.
I mean, I'm still on the board. I just wanted to hear your opinion about it to see what you were thinking. But
I need
I'm still on the.
When I know this is going to get brought up.
You brought up WB, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to go there.
Yeah, his blood pressure's up now.
I know. It makes me upset.
I'm still on the same boat as you are of like, hey, let's hit that reset button. But if they're not going to hit that reset button, I got to try to find a silver lining in what they are doing.
Do you, though?
I absolutely do.
I do like that he does, but my silver lining's gone. It's dead. It's died.
Snyder ripped it out of you?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's the Snyder fans, though,
dude,
right?
He ripped it out of me, put it back in me, and ripped it out again.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's unfortunate for fucking WB staff.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's just like, to put in perspective of like, that's crazy. That's a huge amount of people. That's like a big percentage.
It's over
of
a quarter
a big
of your
company. You know, so
yeah,
more to come on WB.
On WB note, the DC Super Sons movie comes out this week. So super stoked on that.
Yeah, that shit looks good.
It looks amazing. It's with John Kent and Damian Wayne teaming up to bring back their dads, fighting save them, and it's like. Whew. But the animation looks great. The fucking voice work looks awesome, and that's something that I'm definitely checking out on Tuesday. And then the other thing that's streaming right now is The Curse of Bridge Hollow. This is on Netflix, and this is what Marlon Wayans. And it's a family Halloween film, but it's like his daughter lifts this curse, and it turns all the Halloween decorations in this town. Brings them to life. But it's classic Marlon Wayans saying like, it's just Halloween decorations. They can't do that.
It's an actor. It's just an actor.
It's just an actor in the clown costume. Oh my God, they're not actors. Like it looks like a family fun film, and it'll be one that we watch for the movie nights as well
with the girls. But yeah,
but that is streaming now, and then they got the DC Super Sons coming out, and that's what I have for my streaming. Got one more piece.
Velma.
Yeah,
they're doing a Velma show.
It looks like an interesting. They had a trailer for it.
Yeah, they did have. It's just like a little teaser. There's not much from it.
No, the animation looks cool.
Yeah,
because it is an animated show. This is voiced...
It's like the Harley Quinn vibes, the Harley Quinn show vibes,
the
adult Harley Quinn show. And I haven't watched that show, but the clips I've seen, I actually really like the edgy humor. I
very
like
adult.
Laugh. It's very adult, but it's also very self-aware and like the way I like things to be self-aware, where it's like, oh, that's actually hilarious. Like the fact. like Nightwing's like super emo edgy kid is hilarious. You know, they get
Yeah.
it. So the Velma show, I'm hoping we get the same thing, voiced by
Mindy Kaling.
Mindy Kaling,
Yep.
yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
Fine with that. Awesome. Again,
I feel like
gay,
you're gonna
race,
get,
whatever you want to do with the Scooby-Doo clan, I'm cool with. Just give me the characters.
Yeah.
You know, so
With Mindy Kaling, I feel like you'll get some good humor in that show.
Oh, I think
too,
it's actually
especially
gonna be
she used to
funny.
write for The
Now,
Office and all that shit.
I know some people, some of our listeners maybe even would say, got a big problem with the show because it's how you have this show without Scooby. Dude.
Yeah, but the biggest thing about this show
called
is that
Velma, that's why.
this show is a prequel. This takes place before Mystery Inc. is formed.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
there you
Yeah,
go.
so that's the biggest thing. So
guess.
it addresses why there's no Scooby-Doo. It is a
Okay.
prequel.
Yeah.
It is right before she gets into Mystery Inc. or before Mystery Inc. was formed in general. So
So like the grand
There you
finale would probably be
Yeah.
her meeting.
basically,
One of
I would
them.
say the finale is
This
her meeting one
would
of
this
them.
will be dope. I'll say this right now. This will be dope if they do this for like every other character as a spin-off one series.
That would be
thing.
cool.
That's
That would be
cool.
cool.
If it's like a Velma show for like 7 seasons of like how Velma's just like awesome before she gets to Mystery Inc., I'm not going to enjoy that at all.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
don't
if they
care
did
how
a
funny it is,
Velma,
it's
a
not gonna make
Daphne, a Fred, and a Shaggy.
You get a one series like thing of
Yeah.
like each of them and then them all reuniting and do like an Avengers type thing. That
That'd be
may
cool.
be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's exciting. They haven't released an actual date for it. Just says 2023 at the end of the trailer.
But there's
it was-
a lot of advertisement out for it, it seems
Yeah.
like.
It-
My
it- yeah.
Twitter's heavy with it.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool, and like you said, very adult content.
Yeah.
And it had like blood slashing across it, so it was pretty cool. It looked spooky. Definitely not one for the kids, but definitely one I think I will be checking
Well,
out.
your kids apparently, Mr. Violent
That's
Night
more
over
for
here.
you, right? I don't know whose
If I-
kids he's hanging out with.
If I see another trailer and it looks all right, as long as there's no sex, I don't care.
No.
That's all we have for nerd news. So now we're going to move on to Scooby-Doo. This is not our fan cast yet. We're just going to talk about some Scooby-Doo in general. Scooby-Doo came out in 1969. Hey. But it was a Hanna-Barbera production, and I didn't know. I thought Hanna-Barbera was one guy. Apparently, it's not one guy. It's two different guys. That is William Hanna and Joseph Barbera.
Yeah.
So for the people who don't know who Hanna-Barbera is, it is the same company who has made the Flintstones, Jetsons,
Yeah,
Yogi Bear,
all that shit that looks like the
Yeah.
same like art type stuff.
even Space Ghost. Like they're behind those things, and there's more other than that, but those are their big three that they're mostly
they were the
known
huge
for.
juggernaut back in the day
They
when
were.
like cartoons and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
first got started, and then
Tom
obviously
and
other
Jerry, yeah.
other cartoons, other companies started coming in, and it's probably cartoons you recognize today, but these guys still remained on top because they
Paved the way.
Yeah.
they have
started
these characters, these crazy iconic IPs.
Yep. Even if people have never watched something like I've never watched the Jetsons, but I know what the Jetsons are. I know that they're Hanna-Barbera.
it. It's like
Oh,
a
wow,
Magilla
that's-
Gorilla. Isn't that another one too?
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe so. Yes.
It is.
But they are actually not the makers of Scooby-Doo. There's two guys who made Scooby-Doo, and they are Joe Ruby and Ken Spears. They made Scooby-Doo for Hanna-Barbera Productions, and this was the first Saturday morning cartoon on ABC. I thought it was pretty interesting is that this is the first Saturday morning cartoon to also have a laugh track. I thought that was pretty
Oh,
interesting.
nice.
So for laugh track, for
Interesting.
people who
That's
don't know,
fun.
it's like Friends when you watch Friends and they pause for
Like the
the
live
audience to
studio
laugh.
audience.
Like
But
this
then
is what they
it's-
did with
yeah.
Scooby-Doo, and I was like, okay, you know what? I haven't watched a Scooby-Doo episode in a very long time, an original Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go back and watch it just to see if that was
I remember it.
like distracting in a way, especially for kids. But the show was supposed to be about a band. They were supposed to be called the Mystery Five, and they would just go on tour and they would solve mysteries. I mean, you could basically see that that's what it is already.
The 70s or the 60s?
69 it came out. So yeah.
Correct. So yeah, they were. Yeah, I mean,
It basically is that you just don't see them play instruments.
Yeah, they just
they're
don't
in
have
a
a
van.
band.
They are on tour in a way, and they solve mysteries. We just don't see them play instruments. And then the name Scooby-Doo actually came from Frank Sinatra, which I didn't know. So in his song "Stranger in the Night," which most people know, and at the end of the song, Frank Sinatra goes "Doobie Doobie Doo," and they were like, "Fuck it, let's call it Scooby Dooby Doo." I was like, "Okay,
All right.
whatever. That's how you got it. I love it.
You're like, fuck
But
it, that sounds
I'll never hear it now with, I feel like that's going to be my dad thing or something that every time I hear that, I got to tell everybody in the fucking room, hey, this is where
You
Scooby-Doo
better
came
make
from.
sure that's a super legit fact.
Oh,
Before
it
you
is.
start spreading this.
Oh, it
You
is.
double checked it?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Okay. Just want to say, if this is going to be your new dad fact, you need to know that this
You
is
need to-
concrete.
It's got to be 100%.
Anyone brings up Frank Sinatra, I'm like, yep, that's Scooby-Doo, guys.
There you
Just so
go.
you know.
Maddie just runs from across the room.
Yep.
Yep. But there's been a lot of iterations of this show. Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo, pup named Scooby-Doo.
Oh, was that when they were all kids?
Yes.
Oh, I love that version.
I was
dude.
gonna ask.
And Scrappy
which-
was an even smaller puppy.
I was gonna ask
Yeah.
which one of these was your thing. Did you get into it when you were younger?
Yeah,
were you
I
ever
mean,
a Scooby-Doo person?
We always watched. Me and my cousin always watched Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
Always watched Scooby-Doo. So like, we had old time Scooby-Doo when we were younger, but then whatever iteration Cartoon Network was on,
Yeah.
we were in. So we went through Pup Named Scooby-Doo, which I remember liking because they were all just
Yeah.
kids getting into like super mischievous things. But I also like Tiny Toons too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just
Tiny
always
Toons
like the
was
little
good.
the little versions of
Yeah.
everyone.
See, my brother was super into it. Not that I wasn't into
Yeah.
it, but my brother was super into Scooby-Doo. He loved Scooby-Doo.
Well, we were big into Scooby-Doo.
It's unfortunate because one of my favorite versions of it was the What's New Scooby-Doo, but
Yeah.
only because Simple Plan did the
The theme song.
for it. And I was like, fuck, I'm like, that's not Simple Plan. I was like, hell yeah, it's Simple Plan.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
so
no,
I
it's-
wanted to watch it more.
We were big Scooby-Doo fans.
One of the newest shows of it came out last year or 2 years ago, and it's called Scooby-Doo and Guess Who? And they just had celebrities on there. I was telling Sam about
Why
this.
not?
I understand why they did it, but I think it's kind of weird to have certain celebrities. Like they had Cher on an episode, and
Why
they had
not,
like
dude?
Jessica Biel on an episode. I'm
Why
like,
not, dude?
Why is she on this episode? But
Because she was on the WB lot. They said, "Hey,
yeah,
hey, you want
Oh,
to make
shit,
a quick,
she's here?
you wanna
Alright.
make a quick couple bucks? Come here."
but I
But
thought it was
look at the
interesting.
old episodes. They used to have random, just like hippie band members from different bands on their show.
Yeah.
And like this.
Well,
in the
I even
early
thought it was
70s
weird
and
about
stuff,
the whole
so-
Scooby-Doo and the Globetrotters. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and that's huge. That's like they're
Yeah.
famous for
Yeah,
that. Like,
and
Yeah.
it's just random as hell.
they don't give a fuck.
But this Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, it's actually on HBO Max right now. So if anybody want to go on and watch Scooby-Doo Guess Who,
It's
you
all
go.
on HBO
you can see
Max.
these episodes because this is part of the Scoobtober thing. Like if you want to watch these old episodes, they got them right now. So if anyone wants to jump on it, get on the Scoobtober content. As far as movies go, there's been a ton of not a ton of movies, but they have movies that were based off the old show, like Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, which I love the fuck out of. I'm not sure if you've seen it. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, all
Just
movies.
Ghost. I
Yeah,
remember
these
that
are
movie.
they were good movies. I remember them being great. And then they've done the 2 live action films, which I think most of people our generation
Mm-hmm.
have seen,
Yeah.
which I enjoyed.
I like the second one.
I can't remember the second one. Was this is something I was thinking today? Was Scrappy in the second movie?
Yeah, isn't the second one where they go to Monster Island?
I think it's the first one.
Or is that the first one?
I think that's the first one. I can't recall the
Let me
second
look.
movie at all, but I know
They
Scrappy
blend together because I usually end up watching them like back to back. It's
Okay.
always like, oh, watch
Scooby-Doo
1.
2 is called Monsters Unleashed. And they have to save Coolsville from an attack of their past monsters.
Oh, yeah, that's
brought
when
to life
all
by
of-
an evil masked
Yes,
figure trying
yes.
to take down the gang.
That okay.
Is
So
Scrappy in that cast list?
in the second movie, it's all like it's like the Goosebumps movie where it's just like all the famous
Okay.
Yeah, they come
monsters
back.
come out, so you get to live action see all the like classic like the clown monster, the electricity
Yeah.
man. You see all those. Whereas Monsters, the Island movie, was just them all like fucking getting the gang back together at like a swingers island.
Yeah.
I don't see a credit for Scrappy-Doo.
Okay.
I don't remember. Well,
I could've-
Scrappy Doo
yeah.
also got like his like heart blown out at the end of like he like becomes fucking like a giant beast dog at the end of the first one.
He is in the first movie?
Yeah, he's like the one that like gets hit with like the ritual thing. He's the one that's like behind it all. He's the fucking
dude.
villain.
I think I gotta rewatch.
Spoiler
these movies.
alert.
I think I gotta
He's
rewatch
the one that's
these
like
movies.
trying to move all the fucking pieces and like he becomes like Monster Scrappy Doo.
Damn, man.
There it is. Yeah,
Jesus.
he's
You know what I'm
credited
talking
in the
about?
first movie.
Damn, fuck.
Dude,
Scrappy.
I think we gotta watch these for movie night because I don't recall this at all.
I
I
like
thought
those
I thought I
movies.
knew him pretty well, but I guess not.
No, not at all.
It's been a minute.
They've also made the newest version, which is Scoob. I'm not sure if you've seen this.
I have.
I say we watched that one.
I have no problem saying that this movie was absolute dog shit. I did not like it at all. I think I gave it half a star when I rated this movie.
Not the best Scooby-Doo movie.
So the voice cast for it was
a bunch of heavy
wonderful.
hitters.
Yeah, Zac Efron as Fred. I mean, Amanda Seyfried as well as
Mark
I think as
Wahlberg
Daphne.
is like the dude.
Yeah.
Is the whatever his name is.
It's the Blue Falcon, I
Yeah.
think it was. Yeah, like heavy hitter cast list, but
Yeah, movie was not very good though.
The
and
story.
I agree.
which is crazy
It was
because
not.
I love the animation in
I
it. The
agree.
cast was great. I think they had a cool concept of trying to bring in some other Hanna-Barbera characters.
To introduce to the younger
And I don't think it's a
generation.
secret either. This movie's not liked by a lot of people.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if anybody wants to say that it's a good movie, I'm more than willing to listen to you tell me or try to convince me that this movie is good. But I'm not a fan of it.
Which is crazy because it still has a 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb, and that still seems high.
5.6 out of 10. That's still like an F. That's like half. That's
I
like,
know,
that's,
but
that's like getting
yeah.
half right. That's still 50%.
Yeah.
That's an F still.
Yeah.
Still seems high.
And then they did have some games for it as well. I'm not sure if you played any of the games. So they had Mystery Mayhem, the Spooky Swamp, Night of 1,000 Frights, and the Cyber Chase. And these were all across PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, the DS, Xbox.
I don't know which one, but I remember playing one of them.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I remember
what one,
playing
though.
Cyber Chase, and that was out for the PlayStation 1, so like fucking years ago. And I remember enjoying it because that was something that my brother had.
Yeah,
But,
I don't remember what one, but I know I've played a Scooby-Doo game.
They did have some board games as well, but
Yeah,
I wasn't
they
a
had
board game
Scooby-Doo
player.
fucking everything.
They did.
See, I remember Scooby-Doo. My mom,
Lunchbox.
Before
She was not a
started-
Scooby-Doo fan.
I was not, but my mom worked for Warner Brothers while she was finishing her degree. So I was in the Warner Brothers store. Like, that was my babysitter.
Remember the
And
Warner
they
Brothers
had-
store?
Oh, dude,
That was like
Oh,
my...
I love that place. Had the spaceship in it. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
when you go in there and
I was-
crawl through.
I was probably in there with
where
you,
you
just
used to
hanging
get-
out
Yeah,
with my
probably.
mom. Yeah, it worked.
Dude,
But they would have all the Scooby-Doo shit and the artwork,
Yeah.
and obviously I was
the
a bigger
WB
Looney
store
Tunes fan.
shit on the Disney store. I'm gonna put it out there.
Oh,
It
fuck yeah.
fucking shit on the Disney store.
The statues
you'd have-
outside of it
you'd have
alone.
Gremlins in the fucking rafters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, they did.
And
You had the one side, it was all like, oh, this is fun kids and all this, and then it was like instantly fucking gremlin monsters, and anything WB could fucking sell was just, oh, I love
Dude, it had the art
WB
wall that
stuff.
would
about the Gremlins
where you
we
got
had
all your
there.
it
DC
would
shit back in the
unfold,
day.
Yeah.
and all the art would like come layer by layer.
Yeah.
We had all that. That's like when Batman Forever came out. Like my dad has the full
Oh, bro.
Batman things in the basement because my mom took all the fucking shit home with her
Oh,
from work
the
when they
poster
were done with
cardboard
it.
posters
We-
and shit.
She was like, "This is mine now."
Yep.
Sick.
So that's most of my Scooby-Doo was like the clips they would put up on the big screen in that store and stuff like that. Like I
You
I
push
couldn't
the
get
button
into
in the
it.
spaceship, make
Hell
the
yeah.
TV change.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I never got into it. Maybe it was because I was such a chicken shit when I was little. Like even that, I was like, it's Scooby-Doo, but if it's gonna even remotely scare me, fuck that. That's not for me. Like I was that kid.
Yeah. That's all I got for some Scooby-Doo talk. I don't know if you guys had anything else you want to bring about Scooby-Doo, something you love, something you hated.
I've never had a problem with Scooby-Doo.
No, yeah, I've never hated it. That's always been a thing. I've never went out of my way to watch Scooby-Doo. I wish I would have went out of my way to watch more of What's New Scooby-Doo because I like Simple Plan a lot. And I do like the animation for that show, but
It's
I was
fun.
I was too old
it's
by
a
that
fun
time.
problem-solving show for kids.
Yeah, why not?
But now we are going to get into our fan cast, and I'm excited for this because I think we all have different takes. I have the order that we're going to go in because last time I kind of went out of order. We are going to go through our director. We're going to talk Fred Jones, Daphne Blake, Velma Dinkley, Norville Shaggy Rogers, and then we are going to do an Scooby-Doo meets because they did like Scooby-Doo meets Batman. They did Scooby-Doo meets the Harlem Globetrotters. They've done Scooby-Doo meets gosh, what was the other one? They did like Supernatural. They did the WWE.
Yeah, I saw
Just some
Chris
crazy...
Paul had an episode.
Yeah, so we're gonna do just something completely separate of who we'd like to see Scooby-Doo meet up with in an episode of Scooby-Doo. So now we're gonna start off on director. Tyler, you're gonna start us off. Who do you got for your live action movie of Scooby-Doo?
Okay. This was so much harder than I thought.
Okay.
Because I had a hard realization, and shout out Jordan, because I had to text him, and I was like, dude, I'm struggling with this, and I was hyped for months about, like, hey, we're going to Scooby-Doo, and he was hyped too, and he sent me his list, but his lists are always so different from mine. It's one that, like, doesn't influence me. They're always very good lists, but it's like, that was never on my radar, so it never affects my opinion.
Yeah.
But this was one where I was like, dude, I'm struggling with this so much, and he was like, I think the hardest pill to swallow is realizing the actors you think are most perfect are now just like too old for the role. And I was like fighting and getting every justification I could to make this person work and that person work, where eventually I was like, all right,
I gotta let something go.
I have to let something go, because it's just like, I understand. It's like, yes, that's a perfect pick, but it's like, that would have been a perfect pick
10 years ago?
10 years ago.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So finally, I've arrived at where I'm at with my cast. And to set the stage, and when I say the director, I think you'll be like, okay, I know the direction everyone's going.
Okay.
This Mystery Incorporated is like college, post-college
Okay.
age, in that mid-20s age. You
Okay.
know? So Shaggy would have a dog because they're, just moved out. That kind of misfit age before, everyone's married and locking down and all that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. But no one's in high school kind of thing.
Okay.
My director is going to be Seth Rogen.
Ooh. Okay.
All right.
Now, I don't think by any means it's going to be a super scary movie, but I think we could get a great Halloween, like, horror stoner movie, stoner comedy.
Okay.
That, like,
A true Shaggy.
Which Scooby-Doo always
Yeah.
kind of is in
Absolutely.
general when you watch the show. Like, they have their transition scenes are like flowers, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It's that 70s, like,
everyone was smoking pot
100%.
that had their hands in making this show.
So let's bring in somebody who
I just think,
firsthand doing it. Yeah.
he's since the Ninja Turtles thing and just
Yeah.
like what he shows interest in, I think
He'd have fun with it. He'd do.
I think we'd get, and now I'm not expecting us to get Sausage Party
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo, you know what I mean? But I think we could get an adult.
It doesn't have to be that vulgar, but
Correct, but it's
Yeah.
not going to be a little kid Scooby-Doo either.
okay.
This would be an R Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know? But it would be the Mystery Inc. crew in a different light. And I'm going with Seth Rogen.
All right.
Solid.
It'd be
I like
fun.
Seth Rogen. That's a good idea. Sam, who do you have for your director?
All right. So I went off of just the mystery vibes, and I went with Ryan Johnson
Okay.
for Knives Out.
Knives Out.
Knives Out vibe. Be like, let's get some deep Scooby-Doo mystery here, like some misdirection. He did such a good job with that. Ryan Johnson also did Looper in The Last Jedi.
Which I love Looper.
So, I mean, not so much, more mystery to Looper, I guess, because you're kind of guessing what's going on here.
He's still got a distinct style.
He does.
That would be solid for a Scooby-Doo film.
Yes. So I think that would be fun to see. A little bit more serious Scooby-Doo.
So what would you want your Scooby-Doo movie to be rated? Since Tyler said rated R,
Oh,
what would you expect out of Ryan Johnson?
I'd probably say he could probably do a good PG-13.
Okay.
So that way, like, if you drop a couple swears in there, but
You get
kids,
2 fucks.
most-
You get 2
most-
fucks and a shit.
But you
So-
could still get a
that's what they
good,
claim.
like, good teenage base to go
Okay.
see it. Yeah. All of my actors and actresses are aged 24 to 28 years old. So
Okay.
that's why I would want the rating to be lower, because most of the people who know these actors and actresses are going to be younger and they're going to be in high school.
Okay. I like it. Ryan Johnson's a cool pick.
What do you have, Matty?
From my director, I would want this movie to be, I love that you said that you're rating, and I wrote that down because now going forward, we will have a rating for our films as well that we're fan casting.
Oof.
For my rating, I'm going to go PG-13. I'm going to go dark PG-13 though. For my movie to set up, all my actors are in their 50s. This will be the Mystery Inc. has come back together. Whatever mystery they're solving has brought them all
It's the
back.
Blink
out.
182
Yeah.
reunion
They're
of
out
the
of
Mystery Machine.
they're out of retirement and they're coming back to it. My directors that I have picked are the Duffer Brothers. So the guys behind
Yeah.
Stranger Things. I thought this was the first thing that I picked too. Going through everything, as soon as I thought, man, we're doing Scooby-Doo, I was like, I want a
Getting the
dark
fucking Duffer Brothers.
I want a dark Scooby-Doo. I want the Duffer Brothers to get behind us.
If the fans have been listening, you know this, and it's right on cue. If you're new to this, you're going to learn. Matty's always got the takes. I love it. Matty doesn't give a fuck. Matty's got the takes, and he's got ideas, and they pop in his head, and he's like, "Yep, that's the thing."
That's it.
And that's what's awesome. That's why I don't have to worry about always having the same things, because I know that. Yep, I like this was one I casted, or I was like, I had a feeling you were going old, but I had a feeling for sure. I was like, he's gonna go like old. Like he's gonna be way. The problems I'm worried about. Matty's. It's not even in Matty's fucking radar. He's
My
on a different
oldest
map.
So mine go range from 50 to 57.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, and
You're
I
gonna have
can't,
some explaining to do,
dude. I can't wait for you to hear them because when you hear them, you're gonna say, "All right, I'm cool with that."
No, he's gonna be like, "That's a movie."
Yeah,
that's a
he
movie.
might get one of those at the end, dude. Do you have an explanation for Scooby?
I don't have an explanation for Scooby.
They're just a man down. He's a dead dog.
He could be a dead dog. Don't
He
matter.
could be. He would be a dead dog. Are you kidding me? Are you talking about?
This is Scooby the Third.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Scooby 3.
or like Ghost Scooby. I'm just saying, maybe
Ghost
think of something to help pad your case, because there's going to be a lot of people that are
Yo.
upset that may and argue like people are mad with Velma. Is it really the Mystery Inc. and does it really give you those vibes without Scooby-Doo?
I think that's something that
Maybe
hurt.
they get back together because Scooby died.
Yeah, but that's like still, it's like
I'm
Scooby,
not gonna-
Scooby lived for 40 fucking years.
I'm
dude.
not gonna
It was
lie.
the weed, man. It kept him strong.
I'm not gonna lie. The fact that we chose to not cast Scooby Doo, I didn't even think about it.
Okay, that's
So-
a
That's
way.
fair.
I'm
That's
gonna be
fair.
straight up and say I didn't even think about it because we
Alright.
didn't cast Scooby Doo.
All right,
Maybe-
that's a way to
alright,
like
how about
to
they
slime
reunite-
out of that. I'll give it to you.
If
They
we give us till the
reunite-
end of this episode though, or the end of this fan cast, I will think of something.
All right, I'm just saying, maybe
Yeah.
something to think of to be like, hey, by the way, boom. Because, again, we don't get many hate comments or anything, but I'd love for someone to light your ass up about
Oh fuck! I
where
would
the fuck is Scooby-Doo?
I would
bro?
absolutely
6 feet
invite it as
under.
well.
No, but that's fine.
If
I'm
if
excited
nobody,
to hear this because you're getting to cast what I actually wanted to do, but was like, God damn, all these people are just too old for me. I can't do this.
Yeah.
And so I had to drop my list younger.
when this is done, I would love to hear your list because I do have my younger list as well.
Now, if you went older and you went 70s, they could get a new Scooby, and that could be like their seeing companion or like their old person, their caretaker dog,
They're fucking.
their diabetes.
They're stress dog.
That's funny. All right,
Shaggy's
so
got cataract,
so who's
yeah.
your goddamn?
Fred?
My director is
Oh.
Sam's starting us off for the next one. We're going Sam. So Sam, start us off with our Fred.
Did you say your director?
Duffer Brothers.
Oh yeah, duh.
Stranger
Jesus.
Things.
Oh, I got so into fucking
He got
Scooby Doo.
sucked into
Yeah, so
Scooby.
sucked into Scooby Doo in ages that I forgot he said Duffer Brothers.
You're
Duffer
like,
All right,
Brothers.
For what you're trying to achieve, I'll give you that. I will give you
Okay.
that. It's a good pick. My bad.
Give us
Oh my God.
give us our Fred Jones.
All right,
Sam.
so
Fred
for
Jones.
my Fred Jones is 28 years old, and it is Ansel Elgort. He is
Okay.
in Baby Driver,
Yep.
The Fault in Our Stars, and he was the most recent popular movie he did was West Side Story. He played Tony, the main guy,
That's
for
right.
Steven Spielberg. I just feel like he's got the face for Fred.
He's got a
could
jaw. He's got a jaw
He's
for
got the
Fred, he
jaw
does.
to him. He's got like in The Fault in Our Stars. He's kind of got more of that like peppiness to him. Like I think he could pull off a solid Fred.
I think that's good. I like a name.
It's not a bad pick at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not at all. I love it.
And he's
I
got
like him.
the youthfulness.
He's a good actor. I think he's a good actor.
I
Yeah,
think he
he
needs
is.
more, especially after West Side Story and not being satisfied with it. I was like, man, what'd you do, Gansel? So
Because
I
Baby
would like to see
Driver
him
was
some more.
fantastic.
I
Yeah,
fucking
like-
love him, Baby Driver.
Yep, I agree. Let's kick this off.
So
I can't wait.
So my Fred Jones, age 53, Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser, for you guys that don't know, The Mummy, George of the Jungle, Blast from the Past, pulling off of Fred Jones, Brendan Fraser.
Does he still wear the ascot?
Fuck it, I don't know. At this point,
Maddie's not here to make those decisions.
No.
That's someone else's call. He's
Somebody
just
else's
trying to get
job.
this
that's the
idea
costume
going.
department. I'm casting.
Fucking figure it out.
You tell me, fucking Brendan Fraser can't do
what's
Fred
funny?
Jones.
You know what's hilarious is like this is such an absurd idea that if you actually cast this perfectly, you could be onto something that's like gold. So it's like it's one of those things that like this could be so dumb and ridiculous that it's just genius.
Can you not see?
No,
Brendan
it's
Fraser as
actually a
Fred
great
Jones?
pick. It's a great pick because it's like, well, what happened to Fred? You know?
Yeah.
But he's also. Oh.
You gotta think Fred Jones at 50
I'm
years.
gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
Don't fuck this up, dude. You got it. You got potential to have a really good draft
Oh
here.
man, I'm stoked for you all to hear it all.
Brendan.
But yeah, I think
Fucking love Brendan Fraser.
I think Duffer Brothers
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
directing Brendan Fraser.
Jesus
Solid
Christ.
man.
People are either gonna be laughing, be like, "Holy shit," or they're gonna be like, "I hate this dude." It's gonna be two. It's gonna
And
be.
I am
It's
so
gonna
fucking
polarize
down.
people
Yeah.
more than ever before. All right, my Fred, Dacre Montgomery,
All right, yeah.
I like a Dacre Montgomery, man. I think he's
Stranger
solid.
Things,
Yeah.
Billy from Stranger Things.
Hell
I think
yeah.
he's just, again.
Power
He's one of those
Rangers.
Red
where
Ranger.
like
Yeah.
my gut instinct for Fred like a couple of years ago is like, oh, like Zac Efron would be a perfect Fred. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And
Oh,
then
yeah.
it's like, well, what's the young Zac Efron
Yeah.
to me?
Yeah.
Dacre
And
Montgomery.
he looks like
That's
him
what I'm
a
saying.
little bit,
And
too.
so it's like, and he can play the asshole, but he can also play like the charming ladies man.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I think, and again, I think Fred, he on my list, I believe, is the oldest out of all of them. So it would be him kind of
leading the group.
correct,
Yeah.
being that lead role
Yep.
that probably has the
Yeah.
younger Daphne girlfriend kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's who I'm gonna
When
start
I-
my cast with.
Nice.
When I had first seen Dacre Montgomery as the Red Ranger, I thought it was Zac Efron. I was like, "The fuck is Zac?"
Yeah,
I was like,
it's
"Oh,
crazy.
okay." So yeah,
It's
he's
crazy.
They both got the jaw.
They're both sexy as fuck. So I think that's a great.
Yeah, because I believe he's like 28. I want to say
Yeah.
it's like 27 or 28. So he's the oldest on my list. But again,
The
he
same
also
thing. Ansel Elgort, oldest, 28. Yep.
so that would be my Fred.
Dacre is a great choice.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna be more. Again, Seth Rogen movie. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be
Yeah.
comical. But I think he'll be more the straight man out of the group then too. Like that.
He'll definitely be the one pulling shit
Correct.
back
Yeah.
together. for
Trying
sure.
to.
Yeah.
I like it. So for my Daphne Blake, I have 50-year-old.
I keep forgetting you're casting old people, dude. It's gonna make me laugh every time.
50-year-old Daphne Blake is Jennifer Gardner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jennifer Gardner is the Daphne to my Fred Jones, my Brendan Fraser.
All right.
I could see them going that direction. I could see her wearing that purple dress. If she's not wearing a purple dress, whatever she's doing, and when
Purple
she's
sweater.
purple sweater, whatever she wants to do. I have Jennifer Gardner. She, for people who don't know, Jennifer Gardner is from Alias. She's from 13 going on 30, and she plays Elektra in Daredevil. She probably wouldn't be happy with me giving that as her third film, but that's what I know her
13
from.
going on 30.
13 going on 30.
13 go, yeah.
I love that movie.
Fantastic.
Fucking fantastic
It's a
movie.
great movie.
But when I say Daredevil, she's going to be like, why'd you got to say that one?
I like Daredevil 1.
She was great in Daredevil. I love Daredevil as well.
Yeah.
Hot takes here, man. Always giving the hot takes. We love Daredevil here.
I could see it.
Yeah. Daphne
She's-
Blake.
She's intelligent.
Who do you got for your Daphne Blake? Tyler.
Daphne is the pick I think I'm most uneasy with.
Okay.
But I think she doesn't usually play Daphne type characters. And I think but she has the acting chops where she could. I think she would play off of my Fred well,
Okay.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Okay.
Again, give her red hair. I know she's usually a blonde and all that, but you give her red hair and she's, for those that don't know, she's from Kick-Ass. She's from...
Let me in.
Let me in. She's
Let Me In.
fantastic in Let Me
She's
In.
in tons
Dark
of stuff.
Shadows, if you
But she has
saw
the
that.
range of where she can play like the total bitch. She can play the nice girl. So I think
And that's what Daphne was.
Correct.
Yeah.
And Daphne was kind of like she was the pretty girl, dumb girl, but also like would tell you to like go fuck yourself in a way too. You know what I mean? So it's like she may not look exactly like a Daphne, I think, in my head, but if you give her red hair, I think the personality of her, she's like a little fireball. And
We know that Chloe Moretz is used to stunts too, especially being from Kick-Ass. So,
Yeah.
I mean, from...
And
If,
Daphne always gets
if
fucking-
anyone's basing anything off of like Sarah Michelle's portrayal
Yeah.
of Daphne, like she was a tough chick.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
yeah,
think
no,
Chloe
so-
Moretz would do a great
yeah,
job.
again, so yeah, and she's I think 25 or 26, so right in that age range of kind of the misfit ragtag team.
I like Chloe Moretz.
Nice.
Sam, who do you have for your Daphne Blake?
I have a 25-year-old Daphne Blake. I went with Haley Steinfeld.
Ooh, okay.
So she is Kate Bishop in Hawkeye and Matty Ross, if you saw the remake of True Grit. She did great in both those roles. But especially from Kate Bishop in Hawkeye, like, yeah, you get that both sides. Like,
Yeah.
you know, she could be fun, she could be dumb, she could be silly.
I could see her with Ansel as well. So.
But yeah, but then she can also be serious because shit, True Grit is I think that's a acclaimed movie.
Yeah.
Like, highly.
Well, yeah.
So-
Well, it's a remake of an Oscar winner.
Yes.
That's what won John Wayne his Oscar back in the day.
Yeah.
I like that. She's a good actress.
I
she's
can
a good,
see her
she's
for
a good
it, for
up and coming actress. Like I can't. It's
You
hard
could
because
easily
the
make
only
her
thing
some
I
red
know her
hair.
from, was Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to base
She's
it off.
got a good
I
resume,
know
though. She's been in quite a few things.
I think she looks the part, and I'm cool with that. Our next person is Velma Dinkley, and this was where Tyler will be starting us off.
Yeah. What do we
Velma.
got, Tyler?
Ariel Winter,
Oh, shit.
Oh man, I like that.
Modern Family.
I do.
I think she
can pull that off.
kind of has. She looks like Velma. Is that? Did you
I
say
had the
Velma?
same fucking
Oh,
pick.
you got the
Yeah,
same
all
fucking
right.
Velma.
Yeah.
I got the same Velma. She 24.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so now we got a Velma that's coming off of Seth Rogen on a rated R movie. I could see that. Like Tyler had said, most of the things we know her from is just Modern Family. If you don't know her
Yeah.
from Modern Family, but she plays that.
She
plays the Velma character in Modern Family.
Pretty much.
Correct.
Yep.
So yeah,
And I think that's why
Which-
it's such in that age range. There's some really good Velma picks
Yeah.
in that age range.
I feel like she looks like
she
she
looks
She
like
absolutely
Velma.
looks the part,
Like,
yes.
She looks like a Velma. It's because in Modern Family they give her those fucking really thick glasses
Yep.
and all
Yeah.
that, but still,
They
like,
they give her the nerd personality,
Yeah, so-
like everything.
and she's got a thick body build as well
Yeah.
that like Velma had in the series as well. So I mean, like she looks that part. Not saying she's fat by any means. If anybody wants
No,
to come at me, I can
she's
give a fuck.
fucking
But no, she's
beautiful
thick. I mean,
curves, man.
Ariel has great. Ariel
Yeah.
Winter has great curves.
Yeah.
So I mean, all for it. Sam, who was your director again?
Ryan Johnson.
That's right, Ryan Johnson. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I could see that as well. I could see her working well with that.
For my parents out there, she is also the voice of Sophia in Sophia the First, just in case you didn't know that.
She is. I think she also does Carrie Kelly in the Dark Knight Returns
Yeah, she
as
does.
well. Not that anybody could see her through that, but if you haven't seen the Dark Knight Returns, check that movie out.
But if
though.
she
It's
did
fucking
voiceover,
fantastic.
she's got it. She could do voiceover too.
I like it. Ariel Winter, both of you guys.
now we
My Velma Dinkley is my oldest person that I have. She's 57 years old.
Yes.
This person is Marissa Tomei. She is from The
Okay.
Wrestler. She is the Aunt May of the new Spider-Man films, and she is from Anger Management as well. I can see Marissa Tomei being a great Velma
Okay.
for my Duffer Brothers.
I mean, at least for being 57, she does look
oh, she
a
looks
few
great.
years younger, like to match the rest.
I was
of your
gonna say, I
cast, for
didn't-
She
sure.
looks great. She
When-
looks probably the best out of all of
Yeah.
them.
I
She
think
does.
that when I saw that she was 57, I was like, no fucking way. I'm
No.
like, I double checked
Aunt
it. I was
May?
like, yeah, I was like, yeah, she's 57. So I was like, all right, cool.
You're a madman.
I was gonna say this is a very different fucking cast than I thought you were gonna go for older.
No,
but
I knew
all
this is
right.
exactly what we were gonna do, and I love it.
Jesus, all right.
I loved it. I was like, this is it.
This is the movie.
This is it.
All right, so we go straight to Shaggy.
Shaggy, yeah,
Yes,
we've
Shaggy.
got
Because
Shaggy.
we both shared a Velma pick.
Yes.
Yes, we
So, Sam,
Yeah.
you're starting us off on his. I don't know if you guys knew that his name was Norville. His,
Yeah,
his
I
full name.
found that out like
doing this,
Will
preparing,
like looking.
Wilson.
yeah,
Thank-
Norville
all
Shaggy Rogers.
Norville
is his
Shaggy
name.
Rogers. All right, so 26 years old.
26.
I went back and forth on this one, but I settled on Eduardo Franco,
Who is this?
Stranger Things.
Okay.
He is Argyle in Stranger Things.
He is the new stoner
He
kid.
is
Yeah.
the new stoner kid. Again, for my parents, he is the voice of DJ Catnip in Gabby's Dollhouse. It blew my fucking mind when I saw this.
Yep. I heard
But
about this.
yeah, Eduardo Franco. So obviously Argyle, he like fucking perfect stoner.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah.
I think
it's-
you do a great job.
I think I like that.
I
as
think
well.
you
Yeah.
do fucking great. Like
That's
comedic relief for sure, right there.
Oh yeah. For my Scoop or for my Shaggy.
coming in at 110 years old.
No, my Shaggy is
Cheech.
is 51 years
Willie
50,
Nelson.
51 years old. Willie Nelson, you fuck. 51 years old. I have Johnny Knoxville. We know
Yes.
Johnny Knoxville
That's a
from
good one. That
Jackass,
is
Walking Tall, and The Ringer.
That'd be a good one.
Johnny Knoxville is my
I'll give
Shaggy.
you that. Shaggy.
He's actually
I
a good
would-
actor too.
He is.
He's
He's
just
a
like
fucking
in
solid
like
actor.
he's in some bad movies, but he's a good actor.
He is.
He was my toughest person that I had to cast. I feel like
I
I
had
loved
tr- I
everybody
had
else,
tr-
but Shaggy was the one I was like, man, I
Yeah.
don't know about this one.
I had a Shaggy that I really liked, but then once I like decided to go younger with everybody, that's when I started struggling. Like with a Shaggy I really, really liked.
Let's hear your Shaggy then.
Yeah.
I would love to hear it.
What do we got?
Timothy Chalamet.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
The more I looked at him, the more I was like, he kind of looks like a Shaggy. He's got like the goofy hair. He's skinny. He's not
Oh, yeah.
super tall, but after I saw in Don't Look Up,
I was just gonna say, don't look up. He's got that good.
He's wonderful.
You know what I
rundown
mean? So it's
vibe.
like, are we gonna get the Zoinks? You know, like Shaggy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are we getting the Matthew Lillard of
but
Shaggy?
we
Yeah.
could get a Seth Rogen Shaggy for sure.
You
with
could still
him,
get,
you know,
like,
'cause
a
he's an
slight-
Oscar. He's like an Oscar nominated 25-year-old
Oh, yeah.
actor, and on SNL he did all those skits. So I think like he would give you a pretty funny
He'd
Shaggy.
give you a
and
funny,
he'd be,
slight
like,
scumbag, like Shaggy
great
for sure.
to interact with Scooby. I think.
Yeah.
I think him and his buddy like Scooby would work really well as like the stoners out of college that are just kind of stumbling into this kind of situation.
I feel like he could almost put one of those good twists on Shaggy too, where like
Oh, he'd give
he's
him, like,
a stoner.
depth.
He's a stoner, but he's fucking smart. Underneath it all, he would turn around and be like, "Well, why don't you just do this?" And it's like, well, "Where the fuck have you been, Shaggy? Like we needed this information before."
I feel like this Shaggy would give you in like Toy Story 3 when Barbie's just the ditz the whole time, and then at the
turns.
end, at the end she has that one monologue where she's like, "This will not be judged by the whatever."
Yeah.
Yep.
This would be the Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, so
part.
I think it would work with the rest of the cast. So.
Absolutely.
That'd be good.
I like it. That's a good Shaggy. That'd be an interesting Shaggy for sure.
Yeah, it'd be something different.
Yeah.
Which is good. You want it to be different because, like, Matthew Lillard is Matthew Lillard.
Well, he was
you
like,
can't.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, I'll give you that. If
Yeah.
you want that, I'll just
Yeah.
give
I got
you
that.
When I told people that
That's
I was going to be
amazing.
doing 50-year-old actors, they were like, "Why don't you just use the same
Well,
actors
yeah.
who are?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I could, but this is the fan cast, and this is what I got to do." And I actually,
This is my assignment.
and I fucking love my cast. I love my cast. I would love to see this in a fucking movie.
All right, Matty. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Where's Scooby?
So in this story, Scooby-Doo will have passed.
40 years later, shocker. But
They're walking around with his urn.
Scooby-Doo will have passed. Shaggy, Johnny Knoxville, will get nods from Scooby, though, because he will be a ghost to some degree.
okay, and the gang's just getting back together.
Game came back to I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
maybe
I don't know what the mystery is.
Scooby's ghost
it's
revisits.
the 50th year of
Yes.
Scooby passing.
Yes. So Scooby goes. The ghost of Scooby.
In dog years,
visits
this is
them at
actually like
midnight.
192 years old. So
It's like a Christmas Carol, but with Scooby. He goes and
All right,
visits them.
That's right. I just wanted to tee you up just in case
Yep.
the haters are in the comments. Now
Hey.
they know.
come at me.
That's hilarious.
But I do love we all had great takes. This was cool. I love doing the fan cast because it's just fucking crazy, wild
It's all
things.
3 movies.
Yep.
Completely different movies about the same shit that I'd go see.
Yeah, if any of you, everybody give us your feedback. I would love to know which movie you guys want to see. Who had better picks on Daphne or Fred or Velma, Shaggy. If you guys want to see 50-year-old fucks going on the screen, tripping over their balls, let us know. Our last thing, though, is we have the Scooby-Doo Meets. This will be strictly for animation. We all pick something to be in, like, the animated show, like the Scooby-Doo Meets Guess Who or whatever. They, like we said before, they did Batman,
Batman, Harlem Globetrotters.
Supernatural, shit like that. So this is something that,
Separate from our movies. Yeah.
yes, but so mine, I'm starting us off with this. So mine would be Scooby-Doo meets the Ghostbusters.
That'd be a great matchup.
Yeah.
I think that this
It'd
is
be a
something.
fun Halloween special.
Yeah, this would. I wasn't specific when I was thinking about this of whether it would be the new Ghostbusters,
No,
or the
no,
old
no,
Ghostbusters.
no. Just-
So it would absolutely be
Just
the Dan
you're
Aykroyd.
blending IPs. That's what we're doing.
Yes, and it's. I think it would be a fun thing because
get
I
you.
mean, Ghosts and fucking Scooby.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
I'm in the same ballpark as you.
Okay, you're next. So, who do you got them meeting?
Scooby-Doo meets R.L. Stein and Goosebumps.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet. Okay.
That would be great.
So just bunch of monsters getting loose in the R.L. Stein could be in it, or it could just be Scooby-Doo meets
Yeah.
Goosebumps, whatever you want to do. That's what I think that would be two, like, again, horror ghost properties
Yeah.
merging where it would make sense too to kind of merge those two. And
I dig
there's so
that.
many different characters you could do.
I dig that for sure. That'd be cool. I'll check it out. Sam, who do you got? Scooby-Doo meets.
I went complete opposite of you guys. So
Okay.
whereas
Scooby-Doo meets Martha Stewart.
Snoop Dogg.
yes, no,
That's been
whereas
done.
you went rated R on your live action, my R would be more so for my cartoon.
Okay.
I would want to do Scooby-Doo meets Family Guy.
Oh,
I feel like
okay.
I think that shit would be fun. So the episode and then there were fewer. Season
the
9,
Clue
episode
episode.
1, people check it out. It's fucking fantastic.
It is my
it's
all-time
like,
favorite
It's
episode.
like a Clue murder mystery of Family Guy, and it's fantastic. And I love
wonderful.
that episode so much. And I feel like if the Family Guy characters met Scooby-Doo and like Shaggy and Scooby getting together with Brian and Stewie, like I feel like it'd be fucking hysterical.
Oh, it'd be
so
great.
I think that would be a fun matchup.
It would be great.
I mean, and then Family Guy has already done some nods to Scooby-Doo too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Seth MacFarlane, he grew up with all that shit.
He
so
doesn't leave
I
any
think,
fucking IPs alone.
No,
So,
I think that would be a fun time for the adults.
for sure. I love that. I would check all of our fucking movies
Hell
out,
yeah.
and I would check out all of our animations because these are great picks.
Come on, Warner Brothers.
That being said, though, we're gonna move on to our read, play, watch, and God, I'm so high off of this, FANcast. I love that FANcast.
Too many
guys.
Scooby snacks, dude.
Oh man, this was so good. But yeah, we're moving on to our read, play, watch now. Let you guys know what we've been reading, playing, and watching. My read is something that I just picked up this week. This is brand new. This must be a Scoobtober thing. This is the first issue. First issue of the Batman
Tyler loves
Scooby-Doo
Scoobtober.
mysteries. And this is going to be a 12-issue run. You can see right at
course.
the top, limited series, 1 out of 12. I loved this.
It was interesting.
It was cool because the villain, I'm not sure what they're doing, if all 12 issues are going to be the same thing or if every issue is going to be its own
It's going to be
mystery.
a different like Batman villain.
But what was cool was that so Ra's al Ghul is the villain in this, and when they say Ra's al Ghul, Shaggy's like Ghul, like he just does.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He just does.
There's a ghoul man.
Yeah. So you're
type
just
of
like,
shit.
okay, I get it, cool. But they bring in Batman Incorporated, so the Batman from different countries and like Paris and shit like that. So it was pretty cool. I'm gonna continue to get this because it's good for the kids.
I read it to Zosha tonight, and
Yeah.
she was like, "There's more Batmans." I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, so it's educating her on Batman Incorporated. But that was my read. This is issue 1 out of 12. Go to your comic book stores. Maybe there on Tuesday. Pick it up.
My read, it just came out. They've released this a couple times, but they just released it like last week, and I got it for Jordan for his birthday, so I don't have it with me because I gave it to him. But it's Batman: The Long Halloween, Haunted Night. So it's like a prequel type story.
Yes.
To it,
So
okay.
it's three different issues. It's a Scarecrow story, a Mad Hatter story, and then a story like involving a couple different villains. But it's just supposed to have the same vibes to get you like in the mood
Jonesed up for the Long Halloween.
to watch Halloween. It has nothing to do with like connecting stories and all that bullshit. It's just like this is the mindset. And I guess it came out a while ago, but it literally just came out like 2 weeks ago for the first time in a couple of years of like their re-release.
Yeah, it was the
Nice.
re-release thing. Yeah.
So
It's cool. Absolutely.
it's all the old school like artwork because it's all old stories like the long Halloween is and all that.
Yeah.
So it's I didn't read it. Jordan has read it though, and he says it's very very good, especially for like Halloween. It's very like Halloween-y.
Oh, yeah. If people haven't read The Long Halloween, read The Long Halloween as well.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
correct. Well,
Great
yeah.
film. Great book.
Say the animation's good too. I said they got that out. He said film.
The Long Halloween movie?
Yeah.
It's good too.
Oh, yes. I was thinking Killing Joke, which was
was like-
fucking garbage.
I
was
actually
like,
didn't
no,
like
Long Halloween
Killing
animation.
Joke either.
Yeah.
It doesn't Long Halloween was good.
Yeah.
And Under the Red Hood is almost even better as a movie.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my
but
favorite animation is Under the
Killing Joke just doesn't transition. It doesn't hit like it
Didn't.
does when you read it.
No.
When you read it, it hits just so much differently for some reason. And it's crazy because they have like they have all of the people there. It just didn't.
It's arguably the biggest fucking Batman story ever is
just didn't-
Killing Joke.
just
But,
didn't work.
Yeah, no. Long Halloween, the animated film as well as the book, and like you said, that
Those are both solid.
all solid shit. Play.
Gotham Knights trailer.
Getting closer and closer.
Yes. By the time you're listening to this, when does this episode come out?
This will be coming out
This
on
Friday,
What's
yeah.
today?
Friday. So
The 21st.
today is the 16th. So yeah, the end of the week.
You're listening right now as you're loading Gotham Knights up on your screen because I'm playing right now. Future me is talking to myself. It's here. The 21st Gotham Knights.
You've made it. The day.
They've released more game footage. It looks clean. Console players are a little upset because they're supposedly like limiting frame rate and all that. That does suck. But again, not my problem. I play on PC. Not really worried about that.
I'm going to have a great night.
I'm looking into getting a new graphics card. So I'm not really worried about that. Sorry, guys, if that is your issue. I am so excited, and I sent Matty a trailer.
Yep, I watched it.
They released an official cinematic trailer, so it's not gameplay. It's like them, making a movie, essentially. But it's a good trailer.
It looks beautiful.
It's very much like you were once the sidekicks of Batman. Now it's time for you guys to step the fuck up to the plate. Like, what are you going to do?
Because Batman is dead.
Because Batman's gone. And it's just like, it doesn't tell much about the games. It just hints at the Court of Owls, and it just kind of shows the Court of Owls, and it's just like, oh, shit. Like, the kids have to grow up and become adults now, in a way. It's awesome.
Anything with Court of Owls.
Well, that was my
I'm
one
sold.
bugaboo about this trailer is that they got these sidekicks going against the Court of Owls, and like it took Batman everything to beat the Court of Owls, and now you got these kids fighting against them, and I was like, okay, but whatever. It's a fucking game. I gotta put it aside.
You gotta let them give the shot in the game because they have not told a bad story in a Batman game yet.
Yeah.
They've sold every version of everything that they've ever tried to sell me. So I will not count this out at all until I get the full story.
I'm on board in the way that I'm so excited to watch you play it, but not on board that I'm going to play it because I can't. Because I don't have the systems, I don't have the means, and I don't game. But I fucking look so forward to watching you play this game.
And then I also, for the play, I told Matty about this the other night since we're in a Scooby-Doo episode. We did a Scooby-Doo escape room.
Yeah.
So we went to Escapeology, which is like an escape room place. We were trying to figure out like something like spooky or haunted to do. And I was like, I wonder if there's a couple escape room places by us. Like, I wonder if they do haunted ones.
Like a theme,
like a zombie one or something that's scary, And then Lauren looked it up and was like, oh, there's Scooby-Doo. Like, that's the one we're going to do. We're going to go do that.
Yeah.
So we booked it instantly, and we're like, all right, well, I guess we could ask people. So my cousin ended up going with us. I walked up, and I asked the guy straight up. I was like, I don't want you to lie to me. Is this like a kid's? Did we book the kids' fucking room? Because now the more and more I'm thinking, at first I was like, oh, it's Halloween. They have a Scooby-Doo themed room. How smart of them. The more and more I'm thinking about, like, oh, this is just a Scooby-Doo room they have all the time.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, my dumbass just booked the kids' version.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like, fuck. So I asked the guy, and this guy told me no so quick. He's never said no quicker in his life. So I was like, oh, all right, we didn't book the kid room. He's like, no. He's like, it's not a kid's thing. It's just Scooby-Doo themed.
Okay.
Yeah. Really, really fun. Little pricey. You get an hour to get out of this room. You can have up to 8 people. We only had 3.
Okay.
So it's a little
tougher.
You're at a disadvantage because you got 3 minds, less hands, because a lot of it's like just fucking fan out and find shit. You know what I mean? And we did get 3 clues. We used all 3 of our clues, but we got out with under 10 seconds left.
Nice.
With like 5 or 10 minutes left, the music just changes to like bad
Fuck
things.
you up.
So the whole concept is you are locked in this mansion, and the mystery Inc. is locked outside of the mansion, and they're trying to tell you how to get out of this mansion because they've been in it before.
Okay.
So they're like giving you clues and shit to try to save you because you're stuck in this mansion with the ghosts that they've trapped you with. So it's like you're not really interacting with them, but you're interacting with some of the Scooby-Doo type villains and like classic shit from like Scooby snacks you find and shit like that. Okay. So it was a lot of fun. We got out on time. And I recommend it. It was a lot of fun.
Would you recommend?
We would go back. Like I said, it's expensive.
But fun.
It's expensive, but it was a lot of fun, especially for like something different to do.
Yeah.
And there's like 4 or 5 different, maybe even more, maybe like 6 or 7 different themed rooms.
Okay.
At just this one place. So I was like, oh, I would go play at another one.
Sweet.
I'd go do a different room for sure.
I've always wanted to do an escape room. We just haven't.
Yeah, you invited us yesterday. We fell asleep on a couch in the middle of watching movies.
Well, and that's like all my friends were like, well, why didn't you tell me earlier? I was like, because literally we were driving down the street and we're like, oh, we should do this. And then we booked it and we're like, well, because once you book it, it's a private party. So you cannot just place with random people. So it's like, if you want to add more people on, they just pay and they can be added on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna send out the bat signal and just start texting some people if they want to do a fucking escape room. And then of course my cousin who's in college is like, yeah, dude, fuck yeah. Of course he's gonna go. So, shout out his money.
So do you get like video like footage or do you?
No, you're not allowed to take cameras. You can use your phone.
Do they take video of you?
No, they'll take a picture at the end if
Okay.
you want. But while you're in the room, you can't use your phone other than for a light and for your calculator.
Okay.
And they watch you like the whole time. There's like an eye in the sky because like you can shout out at any. You can ask for a clue and they'll send it. But like if it's something complicated, they have to explain. They have like the God voice that comes on and he's
Gotcha.
like, "Hey,
Okay.
you know," because I'll tell them. That's why I was kind of mad if we didn't get. If they fucked us for like 2 minutes. We had to like use a glove on this like sword thing to like open a night thing. And me and my cousin were trying, and then like after like 2 minutes, the guy's like, "Hey, make sure when you put your hand on the sword, it's just like pressed up really against this one part." And I was like, "You motherfucker, we're burning time here because your fucking room is unlocking how it's supposed to when I'm unlocking the things."
Yeah.
And then right away, he kind of gave me a freebie where he was like, "Yeah, just make sure you go check out this place." Like he was trying. I could tell he was like, "Damn, like I probably should have. That was our bad," but it all worked out.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was
I
fun.
love that you were able to get a Scooby-Doo one too.
Well,
That's fun.
it
That's
was all.
perfect.
It was very themed. It was
That's
themed
perfect.
very, very well. It was like 3 rooms deep. You unlocked a room to get to another. Like
Okay.
it was a full blown
Nice.
like production. I want to do one where like I have to, because this was like it was cool, but you had to get like the key, the pin to get like out of the room, like
Okay.
to get out of the house. Right. I want a safe. I want whatever the end goal to be. Me having to get and open and get this thing inside of a box. Whatever room does that, put
Okay.
me in that room next. That's the
Okay.
room I want. Is like you have to get this. Or like zombie, like if you don't do this in this time, like everyone's infected and dead. You know what I
okay.
mean? Like
I want high stakes, damn it.
yes, give me something. Give me something.
Have you ever seen the escape room movies by chance?
No.
I've watched the first one. I can't remember much about it. But what was this place called again? that
This
you
was
went to?
called Escapeology.
Okay.
There's a ton, and I know Escapeology is like nationwide. They're a pretty big one. It was a nice place. So like for the money, it's not a janky place by
You're
any
getting a
means.
good themed
Yeah,
room.
it's
Okay.
just there's it's. This would be awesome if they had like a bar and shit.
Okay.
Like if they had if it was like that adult like that putt shack
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
but escape rooms,
That'd be
it would
fun.
be so much more fun.
okay. Money
Yeah,
making
maybe,
ideas, man.
Maybe. But yeah, you can. They have escape room places everywhere that are different themes and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, again, just check. You never know what you're gonna find because we found a Scooby-Doo one and it was just perfect timing with us recording this episode.
Hell yeah. We're going to move on to watch.
Yep.
In this section, we have a few things that we have watched recently. We're going to glance over some of them just so that you guys know we're watching them. And if you want to have a conversation with us about them, absolutely can using whatever Twitter, Facebook,
Any of them.
whatever you want to find us on. But I'm going to start us off with that. And we both have a common movie that we watched at the end that we're going to discuss.
Yeah. Well, it'll be a bonus quick review
It will be,
discussion.
yes.
That's what it'll be.
Okay. So I've watched It Follows for the first time, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. For a budget of $2 million, fucking fantastic.
Correct. That's one of those things. It's like, oh wow, like you do. If you know how to make a good movie, you can make a good movie with
So
minimal
well done.
resources.
So well done.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I don't think it's worth the 97% that it has on Rotten Tomatoes, but good movie.
It's one of those that it's like, it's art housey enough where it, like that's everyone. It's like the horror art house type movie.
Yeah.
Where like girls fucked with it, guys fucked with it, the art community fucked with it, the normal horror community fucked with it. Everyone like just fucks with that movie.
Yes. The other thing that Sam and I both watched was we watched that movie that we talked about, Mr. Harrigan's Phone,
Yep.
the one on Netflix, the Stephen King one. Enjoyed the first 3/4 of it. I enjoyed the ending. However, it kind of lost steam in the middle, and I was like, I'm kind of bored right now. So
They should have cut out more of the beginning and added maybe more to the end.
I disagree with that because I love what they did with Donald Sutherland. I think that it was necessary to show more of him so that when he does, this isn't a spoiler by any means.
Don't you do it?
We all know that he dies in the movie, and that's why and the phone is put
Yeah.
into the coffin.
Saying,
I say that is part of the trailer.
I just got a
He's still
preemptive
good.
strike.
He's still good. It is in the trailer.
Yes, no, he No, they put a lot of time into his character before he passes, and I think that it's necessary so that when he does pass, you have remorse for him. And
No, it's not that
you're
part
sad.
I want cut out. There's just some shit that movie did not need to be that long. That's for sure.
I agree. I'm just not sure exactly what the takeout is. My take on it. We also watched Werewolf by Night.
Oh, did you like it?
I enjoyed it very much.
I heard a lot of people are liking it.
For being a
very good.
For being a 1 hour special presentation Marvel thing that has nothing to do with anything else Marvel, wonderful. Yep. Stylistically, fucking fantastic. Yep. Acting wise, wonderful. There's one character who's CGI, which when it's black and white, you accept the fact that it doesn't look great, but at this so that's where it's going to be your bugaboo. You have a problem with the CGI of Marvel right now.
However, he might not because the director is going off those styles of like the old style monster movies, like Creature, the Black Lagoon.
But as far as the CGI,
creatures
though,
looked
as far as the CGI, this will be Tyler's bugaboo. No. If I know Tyler, this is going to be the problem he has. But this will be the only problem. I saw the
Swamp Thing creature thing.
Man
whatever
thing.
The fuck
whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Did you see it in video or did you see it in...
No, I saw the live thing of it in person. Like the actual like built robot of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So maybe it's less CGI than I think and they're using
and it's in full color and all that. And I actually had the thought of like, wow, I would be fucking pissed if I made something look that good and then they just fucking made the fucker black and white. Because it looks great. It looks great. Yeah, it's like a full-blown puppet thing on a stand coming out of like the bushes. It looks like one of those things in Halloween that like springs up. Yeah. That's what it looks like they built.
Absolutely.
It's him and the director were sitting next to him.
Absolutely watch us at some Michael Giacchino, yeah.
Yeah, he's standing next to it like taking a picture like old Steven Spielberg Jaws
Absolutely
picture.
Watch this movie.
Yeah, no,
especially during this Halloween season. It's only 1 hour, probably less than an hour with the credits.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. Nice. And I look forward to if they're going to do something with this in future properties. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
And then the other last thing that we watched, which isn't anything horror related, but we finished She-Hulk. She-Hulk is done. And out of the fucking 9 episodes they had, or 8 episodes, I can't remember how many exactly, I enjoyed it. It was just a fun show to watch. But a lot of people, like, Hawkeye was my favorite thing that
TV
Disney
show that
Plus has put out. It was just a fun watch. I didn't have to use my brain. I didn't have to think of, okay, does this tie into this? Does this tie into this? And that's how She-Hulk was. There were some tie-ins. If the biggest thing that I have to say is that the She-Hulk CGI herself just looked like shit, yeah, it absolutely did.
Yeah,
but I can get past it because the story was great.
I have no interest in it. I haven't watched it. I've seen a lot of clips of things, and the things I've seen, it's not my cup of tea at all.
If you want to see Daredevil, watch the last 2 episodes.
And I've seen the scenes of him, so I made sure to see that shit.
I don't know, man.
I've seen
There's
a lot of
more
stuff.
in there that
it
you
doesn't
haven't
matter.
seen.
I had this conversation with Simic already. He texted me. He's like, I gotta know. I'm very, very worried for the Daredevil TV show. Very, very, very worried. Yeah, and I'm ready to fight comic stands because it's not a problem that I understand the character from it. It's not that he's like a levity and all this. I just think that he's going to be getting so Disneyfied that it's just going to be nothing of where
the show was.
What they fucking built, which was just so concrete. I'm not ready to
let go.
To like get into I hope it doesn't go that way, but it's just like it's hard, you know. Like
each episode is under 36 minutes. So I think that if you want to there's no way you saw the entire thing. You may have saw the clip.
I don't.
But in the second to last episode, he is in the entirety of it. He is from the very first fucking 3 minutes, and then he goes all the way up into the end credits.
Yeah, and like I said, it's hard for me to explain this to you because you haven't watched entirety of Daredevil. So you don't know exactly where I'm coming from, just where I don't know exactly where you're coming from.
I can tell you that absolutely. They have not... the violence and what you want it to be is not just in
the
this.
Violence. It's tough to see this character of arguably three seasons get this crazy arc and then be like a walk of shame fun joke to like become fun back too. Like that's the shit that's gonna get me.
Charlie Cox needs a paycheck, Holmes. He's got to do something.
To do with that. That's not what I'm talking. What?
Well, he's looking at it as a sellout in a way. If you think
I'm not saying he's selling out. Okay. This is Disney taking. He has no fucking say in
He could have said no.
No, what do you mean he could have said no?
He could have said no. I don't like what you're doing with my character. I ain't gonna be in it. But he likes it to some degree.
That's crazy.
What do you mean it's crazy?
That's crazy. Of course he's going to go along with what they're saying. I'm saying I'm upset with what... I'm not picking a fight with Charlie Cox at all. He's the best Matt Murdock we've ever seen.
Okay.
It's Disney and the way that this thing's going. That's what's killing me. And again, it's...
Changing the darkness of it.
It's the dark, it's the tone, it's everything they've built this character up to be, and what made him shine as that character is getting chipped away at slowly and slowly. And this was like the big start of it, of like, oh, here we go. And you get enough people who are like, oh my God, this was the funniest moment of all time in Marvel history. And you got people freaking out about it. It's just like, oh, we're going down the road. There's no coming back from it. It is what it is.
That was the last thing we watched, other than the one thing that we're going to talk about.
We watched 30 Days a Night, which we recommended.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good movie.
Gotta watch that this month.
Finally
Still holding up? Still hold up?
Yeah, it's pretty good still.
Good.
Finally saw X. Really liked X. Really, really, really fucked with X.
Cool.
Highly recommend that movie.
I own it. Just haven't watched it yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, really good movie.
I will definitely check. I do want to check that one out, and I've heard Pearl is very good as well.
Yeah,
so.
like I'm very excited to see Pearl.
Yeah.
And then fucking Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends did come out. And this is the one that we're waiting to talk about. This is, like Tyler said, we'll do a mini review right now. I think we were both in the boat of not a big fan of this movie.
This movie was bad.
So being somebody who doesn't like this franchise at all, like I am, I've been saying, I think we've both been saying, like, they've got to change something. We said that. Like, they've got to do something different that what they haven't done before.
And this, I agree. This was not it, though.
And I disagree. I agreed with that until I had one friend of mine, one of my buddies, who told me something different and made me see this whole movie in a new light. And I was like, okay, I'm on board with this movie now. It's still not fantastic by any means, but if it helps me get through this, like we were talking earlier, like if I got to find the silver lining in something, this is going to be it. And I won't spoil that until a little bit later, but I'm going to tell you guys what happens. So this movie has a good feel to it. I mean, the violence in it is good. The kills in it are good. I think Lori, I'm sick of seeing her. She's
getting that bag. She's just like, she's playing this part out.
She is. And I think she knows she is, too.
Yeah, and I don't think
Jamie Lee.
I'm not blaming her either. I think, like, it's clearly people like, well, if we get Jamie Lee back in it, and they're like, yo, we'll give you $3 million to come shoot for 2 days, because she's in her house, like, the whole fucking movie. So it's like, oh, she probably shot this in 2 days and was out. Made a bunch of money. So I'm not blaming her. But it's like, the shit's just getting fucking old. The franchise is in general, just, I felt like this whole reboot type idea that's not a reboot thing just didn't fucking work off the bat. And this movie, it's just like, for the first like half hour of this movie, you're like, what kind of movie? The fuck does any of this have to do with Michael Myers?
Yeah, so
like,
this
what the fuck is going on?
This isn't much of a spoiler.
No, and I don't care. We can get into spoilers. I'll say it right now.
Well, Michael Myers doesn't show up until 41 minutes into this movie. I wrote it down.
Fucking insane. And like, it's like comical in a way too, where you find like where he is and like how they always are gesturing to like this little like place he's at, and it's just like the thought of old ass, because they've established how old he is and all that, of like Grandpa Michael Myers like fucking crawling through like the sewer and shit, like army crawling his big ass 6'4" like 300-pound muscle frame through this little tiny like hole, you know what I mean? Like the thought of that, I was like, what are we doing? Like, you know, and it's again, right off the bat, first 10 minutes, it's not a bad horror opener. It's like kind of startling and jarring, and it's visually scary, but at the same time, it's like, the fuck does this have to do with the Michael Myers movie? And again, they try to tie it all in and all that bullshit, but at the same time, it's just like, what happened to like, why isn't he killing someone in the first 10 minutes? Like, like why are, we wanted something new for Michael Myers, but like, we didn't want this. No. Like, no one asked for this. I agree. You know?
I mean, you're watching a movie called Halloween, which has Michael Myers in it. And this movie...
it's just weird,
I think at tops, we see Michael Myers for maybe 17 minutes of this movie.
And every time you see him, it's not very scary. He doesn't have any of those, like, really classic, iconic, scary moments in this movie. Even the first time you see him and reveal him, it's not that scary.
I think he has, like, 2 good kills in this movie, and that's about it.
He's, like, washed up.
On a total of, like...
fist fight at one point. Like, it's just like, what the fuck, man? Well, not really loses it, but...
So this movie follows basically a new Michael Myers, a new serial killer.
Yeah.
And the reason why I believe that Michael loses that fight is because in this movie, the first time he meets this new character, he passes the evil on to this other character. I don't know how. I don't know how the fuck it happens, but Michael looks this character in the eyes and he passes the evil on to this new kid.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like he just sees the eyes of a killer and is like, he knows, like...
But he passes that evil to him. Because that character didn't have that shit or make his first kill until after Michael touched him and looked into his eyes. And I saw that as passing the torch.
I guess.
He passed the torch to this kid as being like the new serial killer. And that's why in this movie, he does have a physical fight with Michael. And he wins that fight. He takes the mask away from Michael because he has the fucking evil now. This is him being able to say, I'm stronger than you.
Yeah,
in a way.
I don't. Again, that's such a fucking pass to write them to be like, well, that's okay. Like that's just to me. I don't buy that at all.
In this movie, this character also befriends and then becomes the boyfriend to the character from the last two films, Allison, who is Laurie Strode's granddaughter.
Yeah.
In this movie, he has sex with her granddaughter, passing his seed onto Allison, which they never address could be possible. Mm-hmm. So if at the end of this movie she is pregnant, because in this movie, this is the spoilers, guys. So sorry if you haven't fucking seen it, but that's your fault for listening to this far, I guess. But in this movie, Michael passes the torch of evil to this kid, Corey. This movie ends with Michael dying. He is tossed into a fucking shredder, compactor. He is dead. There's no way Michael's coming back. But it doesn't matter because Michael passed that evil on to somebody else. He's no longer the entity of evil.
And that's the thing. It's like I've always viewed it as it's not the evil isn't this like magical fucking power that he gives to people that gives you super strength or you can survive bullets. The evil is evil. It's just evil. The concept of evil. It's the concept of the boogeyman. It's the concept of the ghost you can't kill. That's what Michael Myers has always been to me. So you don't need to do this whole fucking crazy Seed of Chucky.
No, they don't. But you just said that that's what you just said that's what evil means to you. Yeah. Maybe to these writers, evil is that thing that they're able to pass on physically.
And I also I do not think I'm in the minority when I say these writers wrote a shit fucking movie. The movie's fucking it sucks. So it's a badly written movie. It's cheesy as fuck. People get killed left and right. Like
they do.
The junkyard guy that stands up just in the last second to be like, "Hey, don't shoot him," and then gets shot like directly in the head. There's so many little moments in this movie where you go, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Yeah.
That it's a shitty written movie. So I'm not gonna fucking lay out the red carpet to defend and write all these justifications to a really bad movie when
no.
It's not my fucking job to do
Here's
that.
the thing. Come at me if you want. Every single Halloween movie is shitty. There is no good Halloween movie.
I disagree with that, but
the first one
think
is shit.
It is shit, but compared to this, it makes it look like a fucking genre starter because that was at least a Halloween movie. This was them making some kind of weird horror movie and trying to throw like the Halloween mask on it, and then it just
tossing some nostalgia in there.
Ended, and it was like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Okay,
Thank God that's
so
over,
so here's the thing. Before Michael dies, Laurie takes the mask off of him. Laurie still has this mask. The very last shot of the movie is that mask on her fucking table. So that mask is up for grabs, which means that if her granddaughter is pregnant, this fucking kid is the new entity of evil.
I get the
this is
plot, revelation.
So this is a new thing that if they want to carry on this franchise, they absolutely could, and that's why.
But should they?
Some people say, you know what? I hate that I had to see Corey as much as I did, but if you didn't have the somewhat relationship building between Corey and Allison, it wouldn't make sense for them to have sex. You wouldn't care if he dies, which you don't.
But this is also not. You're also being someone who likes stories and is competent in story writing and stuff. Mm-hmm. This is you justifying and working hard with your ability to maybe help them with things that they may not have even fucking intended. It's not like the last scene was like a pushing on her stomach and a faint heartbeat starting like they've done in 1,000 other Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky to know like, oh no, the story's not over.
Yeah.
This is one person out of all the people that gave you this theory which is a good legit theory.
Yeah.
But like, it's not something like we shouldn't be bailing these fucking people out when they clearly have never said, or like we're like, this is concrete how it was set up. Like, it's just that's the shit,
it's a possibility.
Like,
maybe they didn't mean that, but I gotta assume that.
And even if that is the way, it's like.
I gotta assume that if they kept the fucking mask, there was a reason they kept the mask. They could have. She could have tossed that shit in there at the very end as well,
Yeah,
or
well,
burned
so they
it.
can just make more of them, of
Yeah,
course.
but
like,
who better to take on that mantle than her fucking granddaughter? She's trying to get rid of this thing that's haunting her entire fucking life, and now we're gonna give it to her grandson or
great grandson,
granddaughter. Could be a girl as well.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be
sure.
sexist, but could be whatever her grandchild is going to be the one that takes this on. And I'm cool with that. And that's why I hated this movie until my boy Russ was like, hey, maybe she's pregnant. I was like, oh shit, you know what? Maybe. And that's what made me say, you know what? I still don't like this movie by any means. But if, like I said, silver lining, if something else comes out of this, I'm cool with it being her grandkid. That's the saving point for me.
Yeah, I guess.
You just
to
better
me,
hope-
it's like
you better
what
hope
the
the
fuck?
next
So
movie
like
isn't this shitty.
again, it's like
I hope there's
we're
not
in
a
the
next movie.
Again, just reboot. If you're gonna redo Halloween, reboot it like you have every 4 or 5 years. They reboot it. I'm fine with that shit. Everyone's giving it a crack at it. This like if 10 years from now, we gotta watch fucking Jamie Lee Curtis show up 10 years from now as fucking great grandma, and fucking teenage Michael stabs some kid at preschool with a fucking pencil or whatever, and it's like, oh well, you know who his father was. If it turns into that, like, what are we doing? This is not Michael. You know what I mean? Like, this is what makes me so angry. It's just like,
I'm sick of seeing Michael Myers. Dude. Like I said, I'm sick of seeing Michael Myers, so I'm cool with them passing on the torch. I also don't like this franchise. I wish they would just kill the fucking franchise.
That'll never happen.
No, they won't. I'm so torn with it. Like I said, I don't fucking like this movie, but I don't hate this movie.
This movie,
I think a lot of people are saying Kills is better. And I'm like, absolutely not. Kills could have been a fucking 20-minute short film, and this is at least giving you a story, which Kills lacked fucking entirely.
Disagree. I think
Kills had a story?
I think it is way more of a Halloween movie than
absolutely. If you're going to go there to see fucking people killing and people people
which
being
is
killed and
every
dying.
Halloween movie. That's what Halloween movies are. It's about the scary man coming to kill you and you trying not to die from the scary man. That's now you don't have to like that. You've already said you don't like it.
Yeah.
But that's what Halloween movies are.
Yeah.
So when you give us some fucking bullshit knockoff Psycho meets fucking every other Psycho killer backstory movie. Mm-hmm. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? This is not Halloween. We don't need to genre bend this bullshit.
Yeah.
Give us the fucking hits. If this is going to be the end, you gave us Kills, which is what we've gotten for 7 other years, and it was, again, a shit movie, but at least it was a goddamn Halloween movie. Mm-hmm. This was a horror genre that they slapped a fucking Halloween sticker on at the end, and we're like, well, we'll throw them in a fucking shredder and call it a day. And they did.
Yeah, like I said, I don't absolutely hate this movie. I don't love this movie. There's some things that I could find in it that I liked, but there's a lot more that I could find that I didn't like. This movie is available right now if you guys want to watch it. It's on Peacock, I believe.
Yeah, it is. It's free.
You guys could also go see it in theaters if you want to check it out in theaters.
Oh, I would not do that.
If you want,
I would not do that.
If you want to light your money on fire.
I would definitely watch it at home.
But some people like to go to get the scare things. But
there
are some jump scares.
I will say they have jump scares, but even the jump scares were like, they didn't hit hard. The first one is the one that got me. The first one in the entire movie is the one that got me, and it's of course the
kid
one
with the mom. Okay,
yes, that's the first one that got me, and that's the one that it's like, okay, that's in every scary movie that's coming, you know. And then I'm trying to think tried to set up a bunch of Michael jump scares, but it just didn't. It missed the mark in a lot of places for me.
But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, check it out. That being said, Tyler, let everybody know what we got going on in our next episode.
My personal favorite, October 31st on Halloween, we are going to release Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes, we are. This is exciting because I know that it is one of your favorites.
Very.
So this is something that we can watch with the girls. This is something that
we watch it all the time with the girls.
I mean, I think at this point we'd be watching it just to take more notes of this movie.
Yeah,
but we could watch this. I feel like we could talk about this movie right now if we wanted to.
Yeah. No, I thought about that.
But yeah, like Tyler said, October 31st, we're going to be releasing the Never for Christmas episode.
Yep.
We'll do a full breakdown of that one for some people who haven't watched her. Maybe we just want to get our takes on every scene.
I couldn't imagine finding somebody who hasn't seen that movie.
It'd be interesting.
That would be a wild one.
They're out there, I'm sure. They're
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
sad souls.
All right. Don't know what they're missing.
Until then, you guys could listen to us and watch us, and Sam's going to let you know where.
Yeah, you can listen to us and watch us on YouTube. We may not have a video for everything that we do, but at least the audio is up on there. Come hang out with us on Facebook and Twitter at No Nerds Were Harmed. Twitter is at NNWH Pod. Both of them, you can catch nerd news, updates, polls, our FANcast picks, so you can pick along with us and more. Give us some feedback on those platforms. Let us know what kind of nerd you're hoping to see. If we haven't hit your niche yet, let us know. Our personal accounts are Matty is the Matman22, Tyler is at Gambit the Goon, and myself is Samwise1227. For our gamers, find Tyler on Twitch at Gambit the Goon. He'll be doing nothing but Batman for like
True.
the next couple weeks,
True.
so go check
That's
that out.
very true, actually.
Go check it out. If you're already listening to us on something, thank you. We appreciate you. Tell your friends to check us out. We appreciate all forms of listening. Spotify, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, all the big ones. You can find us.
And that's all we got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode, because we enjoyed making it for you. So until next time, stay nerdy. I'm Matty.
And Tyler, catch you on the next one.